Anchors away, my friends. Hello. Nobody in here with me at all. That's sad. I think it has something to do with my other stream. I'm trying to get rid of it right now. So I'll do it live. For some reason it doubles down on me sometimes. It's really weird. Let's see if I can find it in the YouTube land. I'm in the YouTube studio. Check channels. Go to my lives. I think it's under content. Boom. There they are. Lives. I got to get rid of this guy. If anybody's going to see me play on YouTube, you're not going to get that. I got to delete that one forever. Delete. I understand. Whoop. Got rid of it. Now I'm going to share my show. The one I'm live on right now. Share. Copy. Create post. Beep. Doing tutorials on how to operate YouTube. It's not letting me share. Bastard. YouTube hates me every once in a while, and this is one of these times. Now, Siren Soul did one earlier. Nice. Mikey's live right now. So you can go look at what he's doing. And Ryan's on his way over. So I don't really have a full topic for tonight. I just want to check in with Mikey and the Drunk Debunk show. Guy's a character. He thinks he's going to just trust everybody. They think they know it all without checking in anything himself. Really weird. I wouldn't do it. I'm too much of a skeptic, you might say. But I don't get any validation when I go searching for stuff with these people, neither. It's not even just trust me, bro, neither. It's beyond that. It's like, this could be it, but we don't know. Let's see. Where is Mikey at? He's in Toontown tonight. There you are. I don't know what Toontown is for Mikey. Let's see.
You look at that guy's tunes in the line. Ha ha ha. All she what? She what?
Doing something to the sign. She just pointed to it.
Oh, maybe. Oh, she was probably taking a picture, or her friend or something.
Well, that one that was.
Like the crazy flat earthers out in the parking lot. That kind of thing.
Yeah, her friend was probably taking a picture of her.
Mm-hmm.
See, Lightning's in there. I say hi to him right quick.
Hey guys, so is this entertainment or what?
Oh, it's entertaining, Mike.
We gotta go to the. Okay, let's just check. We'll drive around the block. Don't restart. And we'll see how far.
Arwen? Is that the real Arwen? I think it might be. They ain't telling with Arwen. I'll check the channel.
Yeah, no, I know. This is such a good spot.
No, they're private.
Nobody's doing anything, and I want to. That guy's good, right?
I can't.
Holy, that guy just. Oh, come on, you guys. You can see me backing up.
What happened to Mikey?
Yeah, dummies. This is the way sheep work. Okay, I'll just sit here then.
I got to give it to Mikey, though. He's got balls. I feel like he's having fun tonight out doing some activism. It's nice. Is somebody here? Yeah, it's Wojo and Juno. Hey, guys. How you doing tonight? Long time no see, Juno. Wojo, how you doing, man? So anybody get a chance to watch the Drunk Debunk show? He's got his teeth in the Mikey in his observations. Him and Red's rhetoric are trying to discredit anything Mikey does. They don't know what he's really doing, though. He's taking a binocular view of the stars. It's pretty simple. Not rough to see. And Ryan got lost in space. Let's see if there's any videos out there I want to play. Let's see if anybody's got anything worth. And I saw a couple of videos that were put out today. Is Sovereign live? I thought he already did his live. No, he's live. Nice. Hey, just the person's in there. I like that kid's hairdo. Isn't it awesome? Whoever that is. I'll share it with you guys. It's funny.
That went and said, "Oh, I know," because some Yahoo
Say hi
went
to
down
them.
there and said they saw a 24-hour sun, and I'm sitting there going, "No, they didn't. If they did, they wouldn't have had to fake the shit, you know."
Yeah, they
And
faked
so much sus shit, like the Rumble feed from the the producer from Candace Owens. Okay, his Rumble 24-hour feed of it, it goes out. He said because of the Starlink, but they took it completely offline. None of it is even there. So it's like, why was it taken down? You could at least, for
Brad
the
and
amount of
Pasha.
hours that it was up, track the sun and get some information on that. But why did you take it off the platform? That doesn't make any sense at all, right? And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, is that they're playing it out like it's a real thing. And even these other guys, this is why I was real
Sounds
suspicious.
advertising for aliens.
They were acting as though that they actually saw a 24-hour sun in
Yeah,
Antarctica.
anyone who affirms it, man, like the way I saw it back in June of last year when they first announced it was they would not organize this with the characters invested. MC Toon, FTFE, Will Duffy, Jaron Whitsitt, unless they were planning on getting the results they wanted. Yeah. So I put out a video last year saying they're going to fake this. Like, I already know they're going to get the results they want, and they're going to get a Netflix documentary. And then Will Duffy reached out to me. My video had no
watching
views.
myself on South Show.
Somehow Will Duffy
see if I can do that.
Reached out to me. No views.
Was he tagged in it?
No, not at all, dude.
God.
So it's like hella suspicious. Like, this dude is CIA working for YouTube. I don't know. But he reached out to me. I called him a fraud. I said, "You're a piece of garbage," straight up in the comments. Like, I know you're a liar. And
let's see if they get it. Let's see if I can get in. Here goes nothing. Boop. Oh, it won't let me do it. Either his StreamYard is died or he shut it off. Let's try it again. See if it'll let me in. I don't know if it'll let me do both studios at the same time. That's going to be fun. Let's try it. Let's try this one more time. Nope, it's not going to let me do it. Huh. That's weird. Oh well. I'll try it again. I'll shut some of my windows, see if that helps. me try that again. See if I can get in. Yep, you can talk to me. Oh yeah. I was going to try a live stream. Really, that would be my first uh, shot at it. That's what they didn't do. We were waiting for that live stream, and they never put one out. Period. Yeah, I was. We actually tested out Rumble and YouTube both, and both of the platforms actually let you go past 24 hours. You can live stream long as you want to, almost. I get the paranoia there. There's definitely going to be a resistance there. McToon's already done a stream on me about me going. Period. And I was actually trying to go with Duffy in the very beginning. Uh, he didn't want anything to do with me. Really, he didn't want me to go along with him. I was. Yep. Well, that was. Yeah, I got you. Now, Candace was going to do it on Rumble originally, wasn't that right, Sal? Yeah. Candace Owens, she's a political figure basically. She's a isn't she a Rothschild by blood? Hmm. Ooh.
It's amazing to me that Trump, man, it's amazing to me that a guy who supposedly almost got shot and killed doesn't even care about who did it or anything. Like
No
you,
PTSD.
you own the highest job in the land. You have the power to find out who did it, and you don't even talk about it like it never even happened. Just like
And he's not nervous about the next rally he goes to. Like he just got shot in the ear, and he's like, "I'm gonna go to another rally."
Fight.
That being Trump, he always brags about everything. When he was on Joe Rogan, I think, or whatever it was. So he barely mentioned about it, and always he's bragging about this kind of stuff. Oh, this should be big one for him, but he just barely mentioned that.
He's on there for 3 hours. He's on there for a while, and now they're starting to talk about chemtrails a lot.
Yeah,
but they're already giving a scapegoat to it, man. They're talking about jet fuel, and it's all misinformation. The only way I think the flat Earth can be proven is offline. I think people need to network away from this because we're being watched, man. Like everything needs to be done in secret, man. Like because we're up against the world, man. And you know it. Come on, we're not stupid. Like we know this whole conversation is watched in the cloud. I'm not paranoid. It's true. AI is watching everything.
It's funny that I don't know if any of you saw that RFK Jr. was on Dr. Phil, I want to say, and a lady was asking him about the chemtrails and stuff, and she was talking about all the different metals in it and everything. Yeah. And then I can't remember if it's him or Dr. I think it was Dr. Phil. He's like, "Will you get to your question?" And she goes, she goes, "What are you going to do about it?" And then he goes all the way around, everything except for answering the question. He's like, "Oh, it's DARPA." It's like, yeah, you just pass it off. It's like, I don't need confirmation about who's doing it. It's like, what are you going to do about it? Who's going to do anything about it? Nobody's going to do anything about it. They just go talk to this one, then you go to that one. They're like, go talk to this one. That's how they run everything. They just
There
get
is
you
no
running in
point
circles.
Yes, there's no point to catch the rabbit. The fun is they're just following it.
Yeah, they could very easily just go contact the ATC and find out who the planes are owed to, in a second, find out exactly where they're coming from, exactly where they're landing, exactly. You're
But it's
telling
like-
me that they couldn't put fighters up there and escort one off and say, okay, yeah, shut that shit off and park it right here and don't move, and they can go over and look at that stuff in 2 seconds. It's like, okay, yeah, this is bullshit.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that it's like they keep coming out with the like Doge too. It's like I don't need confirmation. I want to know who's getting arrested, when something's actually gonna be done. When are you getting rid of the fluoride in the water? When are you getting rid of the chemtrails?
Right.
I want I know not just me.
Yeah, like now.
What are you gonna do?
These are the
Like-
first things they should be doing.
What are we doing?
And the obvious
Playing
answer
musical
is nothing.
streams.
But yeah,
He said it was like the fuel, like
I'm
they
gonna
got
hop
the
outta
they're
here.
water
putting in
fuel.
jets. Yeah,
They're
Now that
spraying.
you're here.
They're using
Yeah.
sprays. They can
and
turn
it ain't your commercial flights either.
No.
That's another
If you're
thing.
speaking with someone about chemtrails, I kindly suggest you start speaking with the atmospheric injection, not chemtrails. Use atmospheric injection.
Well,
So
I'm just
It's more. Yeah,
And
go
what
on,
if
go on.
RFK is faking his whole like I got the vaccine?
Dude,
Who
I
knows,
can't
man?
deal with that dude talking, man. I'm sorry. I know that sounds mean and shit,
Yeah.
but I
don't
would
know.
prefer that he have somebody maybe. Why don't he get one of them things? Well, I guess that would be just as bad one of them things like Stephen Hawking. So,
Speaking spell.
the cancer kazoo.
yeah, I mean,
Cancer.
what the fuck? I know that's really irritating. That's like when they were talking about him running for president, and I was like, oh man, can you imagine the State of the Union?
Oh boy,
I would last like not more than two minutes of that. I would be like, okay, hello,
I don't know how his throat doesn't hurt and his eyes don't water. Because when I
What's that from, man? What's he? Is
Asthmatic thing.
I thought he
He
I thought he- Go ahead.
he has a problem with his throat since he got
injected.
flu injection.
Some spasmatic thing with the.
Oh
That's the
man,
story.
you know what? You reckon maybe that's an act?
No.
Hey,
Well, he
listen,
said if you
listen, I
don't
gotta
believe
tell
in
you
global
something.
warming, you should go to jail.
Oh,
that's
He's a
for
piece
sure.
of garbage. So we know he's a piece of garbage. So,
So
when
do
he
you-
tries to be truthy, you already
Well,
know he's a piece of trash.
Did you
Look,
see?
he's part of Kennedy family, they're in control since many years. So how you could trust the Kennedy family? Anyway, how the fuck you can trust any politician? Any of them?
Yeah, the Kennedys are kind of shady, man.
Yeah, yeah, oh,
In
yeah.
fact, they're real shady. Old man Joe had his daughter lobotomized. Man.
Yeah, Rose Kennedy.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, she was. I think she had some developmental problem, and she got real.
Whatever happened to
fight.
Caroline Kennedy? That's what I want to know.
If I can probably
Yeah.
munch her. Yeah.
Did,
I don't
did,
know.
did you guys see the thing about they're gonna try to spray in England that they were
Yeah.
gonna block
Yeah,
out the sun?
block out the sun.
Satan? Program, yeah?
Now, how in the fuck are they going to block out the sun with a conspiracy theory?
Yeah, exactly. How are they
Huh?
gonna do it without?
That's what I want to know. God damn it! I want to know because
Yeah.
listen, I got fact checked even
They're
on
gonna
that
have
on
check
Facebook.
back.
That's right. I got fact checked on that shit on Facebook. So I want to
just-
know how the hell they're going to block out the sun with the conspiracy theory.
That's
That's
right.
just
It'll go
another
like
confirmation message when they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the globetards will go from denying it to defending it, just like
Oh,
that.
you know it.
Yeah,
Like,
I
like
know.
nothing happened.
I was speaking with people, and I was telling them about the chemtrails, atmospheric injections, and all this conspiracy theory. And I had a conversation with them like a half year ago, let's say. And now I'm speaking with them, and they're saying, no, it's a good thing because it's climate change, So they're blocking the sun from denial to acceptance.
Yeah.
What the fuck, stupid
It's
shit.
infuriating, man.
Pick a lane. Well, I'm going to step off, so I got to go
All
do
right,
a
well,
show
guys,
myself.
I'm gonna shut this down anyways. These dogs are bugging me. They got to go
Hi,
out.
everybody. Good to see
My
everybody.
wife's over in
Yeah, good to see you as well.
right on.
Thanks for having me on,
Play-
guys. God bless
play
you all,
at the
man.
end,
Good seeing you,
Hey,
man.
guys.
Zyklon B from Going God.
Said hi. Too
Oh,
late.
too late, man. Damn it.
You
All right.
perfect. Okay.
Hey, Ryan, how's it going? There's a special offer on Restream or StreamYard. You can sign up for it.
I bet there. I bet there.
I was killing time till you got here.
I apologize. I got distracted
Oh, that's
for
no
a
problem,
minute.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not in a hurry. I was watching Mikey earlier. He's in the middle of town bugging kids with his flat Earth signs and stuff. But he's having fun.
Nice. Good for him. He's bugging kids. All right. Cool.
Not really. He's parked outside of the local spot now. But when he first started, he was doing observations. He was out, and people were asking him what he's looking at, and he's explaining how it all works and stuff. It was pretty cool.
That's nice. Right on. Yeah, he seems to be good with people whenever they listen to him. But I've heard that he gets frustrated when they don't. That's what I've heard.
Yep.
Because when I
Simon
saw
was
that,
having fun, I guess.
I noticed that. I also saw that DJ gave him some credit. Like it made him look like he was really good at it. Like the caricature and all that kind of gave you the idea that he's really good at that. But I'm not sure if he's good at spreading flat Earth truth or not. Like I love Mikey. Don't get me wrong, but I can imagine him getting frustrated with somebody and then it being an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He doesn't
How
grasp all the arguments, dude. He doesn't get the flat Earth. A lot of he asked me when he was up here about how do you guys claim there's a container, and I try to walk him through the antecedent of there has to be a containment for gas pressure to start with.
How do we claim it?
Yeah, we claim it because it's a natural fact in physical nature. You have to have containment for gas pressure. That's what I was trying to explain to him, but he can think of it as the dome, and I'm like, yeah, it's there. So then he started looking for the firmament,
Right,
and then he came out with those videos. Yeah.
That usually comes next if you're going down that road. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
He
good
caught
if
it.
you imagine that.
We got Jeremy in. Everybody's leaving Sobs. He's closing shop. So
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, I heard that. I figure they're gonna check us out. Maybe not. Listen to me bitch another
Jeremy
night.
Bergson
Bird,
and June,
bird,
of course.
word. Bird.
The bird. I'm waiting for Luca to show up next.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. He's been a regular the last couple of days, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
Only on our show though, Nick.
Yeah, he just subscribed to us, dude. That's what it is.
Well,
That's why he's over here. He wants a home in the flat Earth community. That's what he wants.
Well,
Yeah.
if he does,
He's coming in.
Let's
Let's see who
well,
it
if
is.
he stops
Let's come.
arguing with us, if he
Word
stops
up.
arguing,
Chicago. How's it going, man?
It's going.
is that
What
coming?
did you guys talk about tonight? Gas pressure without containment?
About everything, actually.
Yeah,
Well,
that new
that's-
kid,
What's
quite
that?
the skeptic. That new kid is quite the skeptic. Whoever that young guy
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, but I mean, it is. He did kind of bring up a good point. I mean, I would be skeptical of YouTube at the very least. Like,
Oh yeah.
if it,
Well, yeah. I mean,
but other than that, yeah. But
And me and PJ went on YouTube for like over 14 hours straight, and it didn't stop at all. The stream went right through.
on a YouTube or,
Yep, YouTube.
you forgot you
And
didn't
on
actually
both.
shut it.
but I mean,
He didn't
like,
shut down either one.
but I
Oh,
mean,
shit.
if you're in Antarctica, if you're doing stuff about the flat Earth, you wouldn't worry about YouTube shutting you down at all. Like, I think Rumble would be a better choice, but I don't know.
Well, I
Yeah,
haven't
I
been
agree.
timestamp.
And I would try it on all of them. I'd post it on everything.
And I'm not gonna advertise like to the general public. I'm just gonna put it
Okay.
to the
Yeah,
people
that's a
that
good
are in our group.
Yeah, I was gonna say just make the video and do it on the side, and then release it. You know what I'm saying? Don't. You know what I'm. You know what I mean?
Don't
You're obviously gonna do a 24-hour thing, but I'm saying like the rest of the footage, you'll just release afterwards. You know what I'm saying? That'd be
just
the
go
best.
live without doing anything prior. Just,
Yep.
just
I'm not
run-
gonna make an
just run it.
announcement. Just
Right.
go
Don't.
live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't say ahead of time. Just. You know.
Yeah,
The
no,
live
I-
stream from Antarctica. Ta-da.
This is
You don't even
yeah.
say that. Say it's snowing.
I don't know. It's
It's,
gonna be.
it's icing.
Even say I was in Antarctica. That way they won't argue with it. Make sure you
Yeah,
get that
the
stamp on your fucking passport. That way you can prove Jaron
That
a
was
liar.
Yeah.
He's lying
They
about
stamp.
it.
Supposedly they stamp your passport down there.
They have,
You do.
but he claims that if you go into Point Aranis first and then you go over, then they don't send you through customs, so you don't get a stamp. And I said that's bullshit because
No,
everybody
they
else
got-
who works there was admitting that they do have the stamp, and that when they got into the town, when they got into Antarctica itself, they still went through some kind of a custom thing. They still went through, and somebody asked them if they had anything to claim and all that shit too.
They got
And
an
they still-
actual Union Glacier stamp, though. I don't know where you're going, but I assume there. But
That's,
Well, yeah,
that's
I'm
the
assuming
first thing we're looking into.
But you would think that when you landed, you know what I'm saying, before you took off or whatever, you'd go through some kind of customs before they put you on the plane to go to wherever, right? If they don't have like a place because usually when you land, like you go to Mexico or you go on a cruise, usually you go through all that shit before you get on the ship, and then after you're on the ship, you're pretty much clear. You can get on and off the ship, and you don't really have to worry about it. You have to, tell them what you bought when you bring it on the ship, and you show them what they got. That way they can take away any booze or whatever and keep you from drinking too much on your own. But other than that, they don't really care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're not let you wander off neither. They got like boundaries where you can go, from what I understand, and they say it's for your own safety
I'm
too.
sure that because of insurance reasons, yeah, they probably don't let you wander. But it's probably not like, people with guns or anything. It's probably just like, if you go out there, then you're on your own. And if you fall in a crevasse, you're fucking screwed. We're not going to come out there and save your ass. We told you not to go out there. Because I'm sure that there's the airport part. They probably have big machines that push, snow into the cracks and keep you from falling down in those crevasses or whatever.
they'll
whatever
just
they
put
do,
they'll just put the flags out a little further for Roger. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you don't.
I bet you if you go in there with the right attitude and you got a bunch of cash in your pocket, you could probably get them to fucking cooperate with just about anything. As long as you're not saying flatter the whole fucking time you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If you don't act like an asshole, you know what I'm saying? If you just be cool and just try to get the footage you can and see, like even like disguise it as something else so that you can just say, well, I'm trying to get this particular, footage. It's nothing to do, don't even say about flat earth. Just pretend like it's just some kind of an experiment that you're doing. So that way people don't automatically judge you as, oh, he's some dumbass flat earth that's trying to prove something. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They just think you're another scientist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just that would be what I would do.
Well, I'm not gonna have a high profile. That's basically really a good idea.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna come down there with a flat earth sign like Mikey would. And
It might
welcome
make
to
sense
flat
to
earth.
just down low on it. Do it
So
on
anybody ever look at this guy's channel? Any of you guys?
I hate him. I looked at him one
I've
time.
heard
and
of it.
I
I've
won't
heard
go
you guys
back.
talk about it many times, but I do not know the idiot or whoever is on that show.
Can't
I don't
stand
know.
him.
I think his name is Charles, isn't it? Yeah.
I
I've
don't
heard
know
lots
what
of great
his name
stuff about the guy, but other than that,
Yeah. Well, he's trying to come after us, like he's coming after Vlad,
is.
Sav.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's aggravating. man.
Yeah, he's made fun of me. I don't give a
Here
shit.
you go.
I don't care.
Here you go. Here it is. Fuck you. Who cares?
Give
That's
him
all
the
you
word,
want.
did you?
Yeah,
But
go
he's
ahead.
trying
You
to
can
say
be wrong. You can talk all the shit you want. Go
He's
for it.
trying
dude.
to tie us in with, Bigfoot here and UFOs, spacemen.
He's a moron.
Fine. I get it. But that ain't gonna work with us because we don't. I'm not sure of that. You know better than that.
I got questions about Bigfoot, man, myself.
And yeah, I do believe that there's something to Mandela, but I'm not saying it's what most people say it is. I just think that there's something weird about it, and I'm not sure if it's spiritual or if it's just a bunch of people having bad memories. I don't know, but it is interesting how people take it so seriously. But I'm not on a fence or anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out whether there's anything to it or not. Seems more likely that we're just forgetting the shit, but who knows?
There
Maybe
are
there's
people.
something.
There are people in the group, man, who actually are really devoted.
But I don't
to
have a
it.
problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a contrast to somebody just because they believe in Mandela effect. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. If you said you believed in Bigfoot, I might make fun of you when you're not around, but I'm not gonna hate on you or nothing. I just might think you're not very bright if you're really seriously looking into it. That's all.
Did you bring him up for a reason, or you were just saying?
Oh, I was. That's what the thumbnail is. I'm making fun of him.
I
He's
didn't-
barf.
Oh, he's that's funny. Yeah, I can't
dude.
stand that guy.
He's always drunk though. That's why he's called.
Yeah, off Truly. I mean, give me a break.
Well, I mean, if you drink every day, then I guess you're always drunk when you're online. I guess, because why would you get drunk if you want, why would you go online and not get drunk, right?
But he's more of a gamer, isn't he? Of some sort. Like
That's what you
Not
guys-
really sure.
Somebody said Mark Sargent was too, and I was laughing. I was like, I don't know, maybe he plays games, but I'm not sure if he's like what you would consider.
No,
a game.
he did engineering in the gaming world. That's what.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little bit different. A game to me, a gamer is like a person who plays games, not necessarily makes them. But I
Well,
guess
I think he does. Like I know he does. I'm pretty sure he does something, or like that's where he kind of cut his chops.
he works in the business or something. I'm sure. But that doesn't change how I feel about the dude. I'm still.
And you said he was military, right?
Who?
I'm pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure he's
Mark.
at least on that
Mark.
particular.
I don't think he is just because of his last name, but maybe he was.
No, I don't think it was. It had nothing to do with that. He actually admitted it once, and so did. And I think Dave said that he was too, but I'm not really sure about Dave. But I'm pretty sure Mark
Talking
Sargent.
about Slav?
A few of the things that people have said about him, even before they said bad things about it. You know what I'm saying? They
Talking
said
about Sovereign Soul?
or he worked on some kind of military thing.
Who, Mark Sargent?
Mark Sargent,
Yeah,
I think.
I heard,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I didn't get to ask him that question.
One time I joked with him and I saluted him, and he's like, "Yes, I know my last name is Sargent." So I just took that as an implication that he
Well, you
wasn't
would
real
think-
military.
Like I got picked on in high school, so I know he probably did too. Maybe not negatively, but if he was like a football player or something. But he doesn't look like that type. He looks more like the nerdy type. That didn't get along in school very well, but got decent grades. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I want to like him, I really do, but I just don't know what it is. There's something about him and all this, and after Dave confirmed that he drinks his own pee and shit, it's like I don't know if I can deal with it.
Holy crap! Anybody does that's stupid.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that it's
you
stupid.
pee
I
that
mean,
out for a reason.
I got some kind of an extravagant disease, guys, and the only thing that would cure me was drinking my own pee. I drink my own pee, okay, but
You drink your own piss.
I'm not gonna pee in a cup and drink it just because someone tells me that it's they believe it's some kind of religious thing. That if you drink your own pee, you'll live forever or some shit. I don't know.
Well, it's your body getting rid of the toxins, man. It's meant to leave your
Well,
body,
yeah,
not get back
and
in
like,
it.
I'll admit there's probably some vitamins and minerals in there that you probably don't want to get rid of. And I know that if you eat poppy seeds and drink your own pee, you can actually get high off of it because it turns into heroin. But I mean, besides that, why would you want to drink your own pee? It's just gross. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. If you lived out in the middle of nowhere and you used it for like some kind of antiseptic or whatever, I wouldn't give you a hard time about it. But
Well,
I
if
mean,
you got
we're
stung
talking
by a
about
jellyfish
people who
or
live in the
something.
real world who, live in culture. They have fucking access to toothbrushes and shit. They're not fucking out in the middle of nowhere. But yet they're talking about they drink their own pee. That's just creepy to me. And you know what the Bible says about it, right? People that eat their own shit and drink their own urine are fucking abominations. So I don't want nothing to do with that cult, man. Nothing. I don't even want to be associated with and being friends with somebody like that.
But I guess
It's not that, like I said, not that I really think that I'm better than them. It's just I think it's just a creepy, culty, weird, gross thing, and I don't want to be any part of it. That's all.
Yeah, I think they do it for shock value, Ryan. Man, that's why they bring it up in topics. They want I actually do. I do urine therapy, and it's really good for you. And they know there's a group of people out here who are going to what the hell did he just say? He drinks his own pee?
Like I said, I've heard of people, and I've known a couple of people that have talked about this, but I've never actually seen or actually, saw them actually doing it. I've just, I know about water sports. I know about people that like to urinate on each other, but that's usually a sexual thing, right? But I'm not really sure that I remember anybody ever admitting to me that they drank their own pee because it was some kind of special from the God thing. I've never heard anything like that before until I heard about Mark Sargent and what's her name doing it.
When Dave Murphy does it, Patricia Steers does it. These are all admitted people.
Yeah, and like I said, and as much as I want to like Dave too, Foreman or whatever his name is, supposedly Dave or whatever the fuck his name is, Dave, the black guy with the blue eyes. He's really cool. I like that guy. But if that's what he does, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna be directly. You get what I'm saying. I have my
on his own supply.
I'm not perfect, dude. I sit online. I do lots of bad things. I talk about just crap, and I say bad things about some people sometimes. I'm not perfect, but I'm not looking to be putting myself out there as somebody that believes in some kind of nasty shit like that. I wouldn't want my kids to even hear me say that. Even if I did do that, I wouldn't want people to know about it. You know what I'm saying?
If you believe in it enough, you'll have your kids do it too, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Think
but
about
that's
it.
what I'm saying, though. That's what's gross about it. It's like when I think of all the children that get doxed into believing that they should do it too until they grow up and they go, oh, it's fucking gross, and they just stop doing it. You know?
This is messed up. Yeah, I'm gonna play one of Jim's videos right quick just for posterity. He put out another one, dude. This man puts out
No,
videos
he's
like
all day, every day.
Every night he's
Jesus.
out here videotaping.
Yeah, why not? It,
Why not?
it's becoming a hobby. You might say.
Gazing at the anus.
Yeah.
Gays,
This
Gazing.
anus. Good God.
much, I think. Okay.
This one's called Jupiter. I'm guessing it has Jupiter in it. Let's see.
How many Jews did Peter have?
I don't know. There's like a bunch of stills so far. Yeah.
Enough to get to Uranus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just put it in your anus, so you can put it in your Peter.
You missed a good movie. We watched I Am
I-
Legend earlier.
I know, I watched part of it. I was there for part of it. It's just my phone kept cutting out and it pissed me off. So I finally just said, fuck it. You know?
Was that on PJ?
Yeah, PJ was doing. He did 2 movies
I
tonight.
love watching movies on there, but like I said, my phone was going dead and I had to charge it, and I was like, God dang it! Well, I just got to go charge it. It was
So
overheating
many-
from being in the sun and shit. Like, fuck.
So many dang people to watch. It's like,
Oh yeah, it's good we got all this now. Before there was hardly anybody in here doing streams, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's really funny how when we started doing streams, how all of a sudden everybody started doing like almost every night. Now everybody's doing it. I guess because I see that there's people showing up. So I'm not saying it's my fault or that I have anything to do with it. I'm just saying it just seems odd that as soon as we started getting involved, and everybody started coming over and watching it, and now it seems like it's popular. It's cool. It's awesome to be part of it.
How long you been going for, Roger? Like,
God,
consistently, I should
I
say.
started with PJ 8 hours straight. But I mean, I was doing stuff in between when
No,
I'm actually.
I mean
on.
like years.
Oh, this one has only been
Like
going for almost
consistently.
an hour. Oh, on,
No,
for,
No, I mean like how many
He
years
means
have
like
you
how
been
long you been
streaming
with
like
the class?
I'm gonna go with not years. It's just about 8 months now.
Oh, okay.
I've been doing it.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's around 8.
You've only been in for 8 months, Roger?
No, I mean doing streams on YouTube.
Well, yeah. With me, yeah, that's about right. But I'm just saying.
That's what he's asking.
Oh, okay.
He's
okay.
asking. Yeah.
I thought he was asking how long you've been in the community.
No.
I've been in the community like
I'm
locally
sure.
for.
Like, what? Wait a minute, Roger. What the fuck? I thought you told me.
No,
something.
Roger's like an OG.
I started getting involved online in 2012, around there. I started
Yeah.
watching some of Eric DeVay stuff, and
I was online, but I wasn't necessarily talking about flat Earth until after that. So around 2006, or whatever it was.
that's when I started trolling Cyman Dan on Facebook. Let's see, I got 287 videos, or yeah, 239 videos, 287 subscribers. That's a lot of videos.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent amount of both, really.
And I've taken Globers to town on here personally, one-on-one, man. And even Brenda, I had her admitting the Earth is flat by the time I was done.
There's another one I can't stand.
I don't get
Brenda.
it.
Brenda.
How can they publicly admit they're wrong about something and then turn around and then preach the exact opposite on their channel? I don't get it. I got it on recording, man. If you want to watch the stream,
I'll watch it. Is it on your channel?
it's on my channel. Let's see if I can find it.
I'll watch it, but I won't. I won't watch him live.
He was live with me on there. It was
Yeah,
fun.
I was on Vlad's once when he came up. I can't freaking stand. Like, there's just some people that I just shut down and don't even want to be around.
Yeah,
And that's one of them.
I know a lot of people think I'm that person, but I'm just saying.
No, it's no. I'm not. I don't know. I don't care what other people are into, but I'm not in the trans thing with me. It's just something I don't deal with.
I'm not
It's not letting me
accepting
go back far enough, man. It's like, I see how many streams did I get let me go back to. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 12 streams up on the YouTube site. I'll have to go to the studio and look for it. YouTube's got a studio. You got a YouTube, right, Chad? You've been to YouTube Studios?
Yeah, I had my. I don't do anything on it. I originally got on it a long time ago just to strictly listen to music, and then since like 2019 or 20 did I start getting into the whole like flat earth type stuff. But I've never I don't consider myself a content creator or nothing. I'm just strictly a guest on people's shows, so
Yeah.
I don't want to get it twisted and anybody thinks I'm somebody special.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I don't think I'm anybody special in particular. I just make content.
No, but you put out content. I'm saying you're
Not
more of
saying
a,
you do. We're saying you do put out content. That's it. Yeah.
you take
we're
the time
more-
you do these things.
I'm more like the sidekick because it's not that I don't have my own things to say. It's just that I think that people that like to go off on tangents and find out lots of information are fun, but I can't do it. Like I can't focus enough.
Ryan, you
Really?
robot bad dude.
Fine.
Yeah, it's a service, you can tell. That was beautiful. Yeah, I almost got to it, man. The stream. Let's see if I can get there.
All right.
That's
But yeah, you take the time to do streams and you take the time to, do content. I don't do any of that stuff, man. I just don't have the time for it, for one. And two, I'm not interested, but I do enjoy, listening to you guys. I enjoy coming up. I appreciate it when people have me on, but it's just
That's
not
no
my
problem,
thing.
man.
Yeah, you like to talk. Yeah, I know where you're coming from. No worries.
It's part of the arena, man. That's just the way it works. Some
Well,
people,
yeah, we have to have lots of people like you to come in and talk and be involved that aren't necessarily doing anything. 'Cause it makes
the show, makes it smooth.
Yeah, it does it all, yeah. And even if we're arguing, it's still entertaining. People will still enjoy
Somebody's
it.
trying to get in. Let's see. Who's trying to come in here?
I guess Phil. No.
No. It's
Ian.
I can't remember. This is Cajun.
Oh, that's
I don't-
Porter. That's
It's
Porter.
Porter. I know.
Oh, okay.
Porter?
You- What's up,
Hey, Porter,
folks?
how's it going?
How y'all doing tonight?
We're looking forward to tomorrow. You're going to
Right.
be doing the debate, right?
Yeah, well, I'm going in it as an open discussion because it's about
Got
the
it.
Bible. I'm not debating, but I just I want to say this though: it's not satanic, y'all. A timeline differential is, and it's not a salvation issue. You know what I'm saying? So I hear remarks like, "Well, they must not read the Bible," or this, and that's not true either. The reason why we're thinking this is because we went back and looked at it through a different lens. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you.
All right.
Well, I've studied Levy stuff and a lot of Tartaria stuff over the years.
yeah, that's the distraction, though, Roger. It's nothing to
yeah,
do with has nothing to do with the Tartaria movement. It's like Tartaria was made up a distraction, but there's a place called Tartaria, I'm sure, but the overall aspect of Tartaria and what I'm going to be like disclosing is totally nothing. This has to do with just a 1,000 year millennial reign and what the scriptures read. We're going to go straight to scripture. I mean, like Luke 21:22, Roger, where he's like, y'all flee to the mountains. Don't go to the city. Get out of to where all this stuff is going on. This is the day. This is the day of vengeance. I mean, the time of vengeance, where all things that are written are going to be fulfilled. That's point blank. How can you get past that? That's for 2000. You know what I'm saying? How is that 2,000 years later, though? I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you what you're going to run into when you come over to Flat. So you're going to run into there's a few prophecies that need to be fulfilled before that time.
Like which one?
Oh, there's a few. Like the third temple, for instance.
It was destroyed in 70 AD. Once it was filled. Destroyed in 70 AD.
So
I know of.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go in with some evidence of the third temple actually being built.
Right. Well,
And they're trying to build another one now.
I'm presenting to him, Roger, is how the Bible reads. Clearly, it's past tense. I mean, if people can't, you have to add to Scripture to say that it's 2,000 years later. And then one thing I do know about the scriptures is you're not supposed to add or take it away. If it says that there are some standing here that shall not taste death, that means they're going to be alive. That's just, I mean, and then there's this generation shall not pass till all those things be fulfilled. Just point blank. I mean, there's no other way of looking at it. Oh, it's the fig tree generation. Where does that say in the scripture? I don't even know what a fig tree generation is, you know? So if to even say it's a fig tree generation, you have to add to it.
Yeah. Well, the fig tree generation, what they're making reference to, and I'm pretty sure it's was it Philip? Was it near the fig tree during what was that? After Christ's resurrection, he saw him under the fig tree.
Right. But that has nothing to do with really, you know what I'm saying? He's doing the olive discourse. He's looking at personally, he's alive right then and there, right? He's looking at his disciples. They not nowhere in any of those people's mind do they have. Let's think about somewhere 2,000 years down the road, first off. And then secondly, I mean, if you stop and you really think and evaluate every one of the scriptures that are present, the very first one in Revelation, Roger, where John was giving a vision of things that must shortly come to pass. There's no way around those words. I mean, one must do mental gymnastics and twist up linguistics to get a 2,000 year later dispensationalist futuristic theology. And I mean, that's like, how do you get around that? What's the explanation of John be given a vision of things that must shortly come to pass? You get what I'm saying? When you see it through a different lens and you understand that, wait, John Nelson Darby and Schofield came forward. John Nelson Darby started putting times on Jesus' return and when we were supposed to have a 7 years tribulation, right? Well, when you get into what the whole nuts and bolts of it, what you got to ask yourself this question: why would they want us to believe it's the end times? What would be one of the most like globalist reasons why? Well, if it's the end times, Roger, and it's it's prophecy, that's in the Bible. You can do nothing about it. You got to just pray, move on. Let's throw your hands up and let it go because it's prophecy, right? So I'm going to go through these scriptures. I can't do them all, but I mean, over at least 10 times in the New Testament where it says, hurry, the kingdom is at hand. Y'all, do not marry, do not wed. Y'all need to repent, for the kingdom is at hand. I mean, you know, and then it says, even the one who pierced me, Roger, it said, even the one that pierced me will see me ascended.
Okay.
And I know he says, oh, well, yeah, he rose from the dead. Well, there's a difference between ascending and rising.
There's a difference between,
so two distinguished different
between descending and
ascending. Yeah.
And
rising, yeah. And so when he says you will see me, you will see the Son of Man coming with his kingdom. That's not with him rising in 3 days. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm going to go through the scriptures. We're just going to read over the scriptures, but we're not going to just read the one scripture that everybody wants to goose pick and say, oh, look, this is from the past. It's not about us. But I want to go back 2 or 3 scriptures before, where you can kind of see and it lays down the full conceptualized view of what is actually taking place. And Roger, this has nothing, like I said, it has nothing to do with Tartaria. When you look at these structures, it looks like God stepped off into them. And there are actual documents written with multiple different authors saying that the angels laid the cornerstone for the foundation. In multiple writings. Like, I don't have those writings, but I can refer to my lunch break. He's got the 3 authors that the books are in. So I don't know how legit that would be, but at a time when there could have been Nephilim walking the earth, you know, and you know, so I do know that they said in in Rome, they found two structures that match all of the old world structures in America. And the really weird thing about these structures is it's on the first layer of strata of the earth.
I know what you're saying too, but there's
Isn't that crazy?
Keith's gonna walk you around a good bit. I promise you. Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, I get it, but it's like, though, Roger, like when you look at these scriptures, man, I'm just saying, like, you have to make up these different scenarios when it's layman. There's some crazy events that were taking place. This wild stuff was going on. You know, the destruction of Rome was about to occur. I think when Jesus took his last breaths and there was a great earthquake. Wow. And this gets me too. Think about this one. When he took his last breath and there was a great earthquake. All right. So that's God's son. He came and he walked this earth and he taught the gospel and he healed the sick and the blind. And then he was put in front of these people that persecuted him, that spit on him and beat him to almost death with the cat o' nine tails. So God sees him get all of that done to him. And God says, right when he takes his last breath, okay, son, just wait 2,000 years and I'm going to judge the people for what just happened. That's basically what.
Hey, Porter.
You know, that don't make sense either. You know,
not to throw you off topic or anything, but have you ever heard of these are 3 books, The Ancient Giants Who Ruled America by Dewhurst?
I have.
He's one author.
What's
the Nephilim Chronicles by Fritz Zimmerman. Do you know him? And then
I know.
Right.
It's a good book too. You guys should try. It's called The Untethered Soul.
The what?
Oh, also, Roger, check that. I'm not trying. This is on my. I'm having brain farts. I want y'all to know something. When he was breaking down the Tartaria video about Satan's season, and the writings of Josephus came up, and who is this guy? Okay, well, Josephus, his account is what scholars all lean toward because his account was what confirms that Jesus actually was a live man and that some of the teachings that he did. Because reason why it confirms it is because he was a Sadducees. He had authority with the Jewish army during the revolt. Okay, so
I know Josephus is. I'm well aware of him.
Yeah. Okay, and then it said that he saw great chariots of gold through the clouds, and that they ascended and surrounded the city.
Yeah, a lot of scholars don't follow Josephus because especially the atheists,
right?
They don't like him.
Well, yeah, I get it because he confirmed Jesus, probably.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but it's just, and then Thaddeus, he confirms. Yeah, how you say it, Thaddeus?
Yeah.
Okay, so he confirms the chariots too in his writings. So besides what they saw, what they think they seen, or what they did see, I'm just going to go through the scriptures, and it's kind of cold out here tonight. I got the chills, especially we're talking about.
It's cold in Louisiana. Jeez.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. But it's kind of like the desert at night. You know, it's hot during the day, and the cool air comes in. It's kind of weird.
What part of Louisiana are you in, by the way?
I'm in Holden, right outside of Hammond, Louisiana.
Holden,
yeah.
Are you Holden?
He's not Holden.
Oh, Texas Holden? No, Louisiana Holden.
Hold on now.
But yeah, dude, I'm just gonna go in it with an open mind. And I can't prove anything, but this is the thing, though, y'all. These structures. First off, we were told that there was a civil war, right? We were told. Everybody grew up believing that there was a civil war. Well, if there is 130 buildings, old world buildings that are breathtaking, jaw dropping, that are in Houston, and you got like 30 in Florida, you got 27 in New York, you've got 18 in California, in Washington D.C. you got something like 18. So all of these different states was fully colonized at some point. So the 13 colonies did not come and colonize nothing. You get what I'm saying? All of these buildings were founded and they were free, and that's where a Freemason. It was Freemason, so that's basically where Freemasonry came from. The original reason why it's called Freemasonry. Just saying. And I know that sounds kind of like remedial in an interpretation,
Feel
but basically that's how they got the name.
Oh,
They found it
Yeah, I know
every
where it
one of
came
those
from.
structures. Yeah, it's weird.
So, Cubby, I can't seem to find that video. That
Oh, it's all right, man.
yeah, there's a lot of videos. I went through like 5 of them.
I'll look for it. It's all right.
And also,
there's a link to my dashboard back in the back if you want to look through it.
Okay.
You can find all
that's
the
what that
videos.
was. Okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know if I
my
had to drop out to look at it.
there's also this historian that's in his 70s, almost like Robert Bennett, that's in the flat earth thing. He just started evaluating all of his work. This guy he's an historian. Apart from any kind of religious backing, this has nothing to do, just what he's finding. He reevaluated the 3 cataclysms, and this is apart from anything Christian, yo. This guy, I don't know his name, but just in the last, I think, 2 years, he's put together that he figured out that the 3 cataclysms were all at one time. Okay? And which is
I've heard
pretty
this
deep.
before, too.
This is
Yeah.
this is a publication from actual academia. Okay. And so what that's saying is all during the Dark Ages, all of those weather patterns where there was recorded 150 degrees, people were wrapping in blankets. There were comets across the sky. It was darkness for like 180 days. There was no sunlight. So, the Bible says it was the darkest time on earth or will ever be again. So there's some bad stuff that happened in our past, man. I mean, they were impaling people, putting them on spikes and stuff that I just don't think that would ever, ever could happen again like that, to say. But I mean, if there was a technologically more advanced race of people, which hands down, that's not even debatable. These structures, we can't really reproduce them today.
No.
And they all were functional. They had some type of vibratory healing property. And,
I agree.
and these saints that are in all the cathedrals, those were the fallen saints that were in the actual celestial bodies that were roaming the earth. And I believe those were all the ones that's on these windows. They go, well, who is this? Who is this? And they got the halos around them. Those were all the fallen saints that were resurrected. So, and I believe in the resurrection. I believe that God can translate solid matter into spiritual essence of some type of, energy. I believe he has the ability to do that. So, I don't know. It's just I won't be chattering my teeth when I go and talk. I'm a little nervous already.
No, it's
Yeah,
all
I
right.
got
But yeah.
I mean, I've said this before. I said on Vlad, it takes a lot of balls just to go up on stream, no matter what your viewpoint is. So
That's right.
you
That's
know.
right.
just right there, starting right there, I can respect that.
Right. I think if you stop and you really evaluate what's going on now, they say the Euphrates is drying up and stuff like that. And I know there's a lot of things. They're deliberately, they're building a temple right now in Jerusalem, right?
That's what you're gonna get thrown at you right away.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So they think that they can build a temple so they can house an Antichrist. That's how it works. No, no. I'm just saying that's kind of really, you know what I'm saying? That's just not how it works. They don't just go ahead. Oh, let's make it look like it's the end times. Let's go ahead and let's build the temple now. Since I don't know. I just think it's a past tense. Once you see these scriptures though fall into place though tomorrow, Roger and Cubby, when you see these scriptures all fall into place, how many there are and what the context is, I mean, that's the only thing I have other than these buildings are angelic. They're next level. I don't even think we can even come up with the artistry of these structures, y'all.
What's
This is
the
next
official time
level.
for that?
2:00.
2. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll try and
You'll be on flashes.
yeah, I'll try and catch it live. I got
Yeah, I'm gonna-
I gotta do, but I'll definitely try and catch it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
have
watch
some
it one way or
little
another.
clips in here. But I can't
Don't worry
screen share.
about that. Hold on. Oh, I want to tell Cubby, don't worry
Yeah,
about
go
it.
ahead.
I'll pull that video up and I'll find it myself and I'll do a
Oh,
stream
sorry.
on
I
it.
had to drop out if I want to click on that link because I'm on the iPad, so no big
Yeah,
deal.
it's gonna be impossible. It's gonna take me like a day to find it, but I think it's worth looking at because if I could rub his nose in it,
Right.
No, I got you.
yeah, it's really. And at the end of the stream before he left, I said, "Dude, you have a lot of beliefs. You believe what the scientific community actually preaches," and he admitted it. It's like this is all faith based. It's like they
Well,
they want to
I
say, "Oh,
believe
it's
you should
science."
go. Yeah, I believe you should just go be a grandpa somewhere and stop being a freaking weirdo.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
that's just my opinion.
Right.
He had 67, I think he is now. So he's
Yeah.
still trying to be a woman. Like how?
What?
Yeah.
God. 67. Oh my
And
God.
I don't really give a shit, Brenda.
And
If you
dude,
hear me on anywhere, I don't really give a shit. I don't like you. You're one of the few I'll tell that to.
Yeah.
I just think that I don't know. When a person runs from conviction, I think it gets so quiet you just can't hear it anymore. You know,
Yeah.
and it's a shame, you know. But dude, I believe also everybody's got this thing about hell, y'all. But think about it: if energy doesn't die, it merely transferred to a different state. But the only thing that actually nullifies magnetism is the Curie point. So if there's a lake of fire, I don't think God would just want to torture us to death. I think you just go in there and the Curie point, you just don't exist anymore.
I don't think there's a molten iron core. If you want to know the truth, yeah, I don't think there's something down there that's at the Curie point.
Right. Oh no, I'm just saying, like, if there was some type of place like a lake of fire, the reason would be probably because you just wouldn't exist anymore if you were to go do that. You know. Now, as the tormenting for eternity, I don't know if that's really biblical. I don't know. So.
Well, the thing is, like, think about the ultimate torment is to be separated from God and His
Yes,
creation.
that's right. That's right.
I'll
I think
just-
that separation is like the feeling of it is probably something that's just unbearable.
I'll just say that, like, I don't know enough to speak on it myself. That's why I come to a lot of everybody's channels is to learn different things, you know. And so I'm willing to hear anybody out and what they got to say. But if it's out of my jurisdiction, I try not to speak on it too much. But I'm definitely willing to hear, you know, anybody's side of things up to a certain point.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
Well, if you go with Sean's analogies with it, everything is in the physical world that you live in. God created it all. Heaven is a physical place. The earth is a physical place.
I believe it. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And there's obviously a place where souls go after here, somewhere.
Do you know how people say that time is a man-made construct? You hear that one ever?
I've heard it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, if you stop and think about it, man did not hang the sun and moon. God did. God knew we were going to need days and weeks and months. So I don't think it's really, I mean, we discovered that time because of change exists and that we get old. So yeah, but I just don't think it's a man-made construct. I think time is something that was calculated and kind of, you know, put together for us by God, actually, you know. So in heaven, there may still be time in heaven because I think it's a physical place, like you said, Roger. I think it's beautiful. It's probably jaw dropping. So probably just freak you out when you see it. It's probably psychedelic looking almost.
If you want to go over to look at Sean's channel, he's got a full cosmology, a working cosmology. You know, he developed it out of Enoch and a few of the other contexts.
Wow,
it's workable. It really is.
Well, I will say one thing that is one reason why I don't fear death is I think that's when you get to learn the truth and you get to see all things and stuff like that. Yeah. And, you know, that's just my opinion, obviously, but, you know, that's kind of the way I feel and the way I lean is that, you know, once we leave this realm and go somewhere, heaven, whatever it may be, that's where you get to learn truth, the true meaning of it.
Yeah.
Of all things.
Yeah. It's been an hour and a half almost. Anybody got anything they want to share? Any videos, any content?
Nope.
No?
Good, man.
You good, Porter? No. Cubby, you got anything you want to share?
No, I was just coming up to hang out and hear what people had to say, and I just went 3.5, 4 hours on Sov, so
Yeah, I know how
a
to do
little
it.
spent. But
Nice guy, Kobe. How dare you?
what'd you say?
You said something about being a nice guy.
Oh,
I said, how dare you be a nice
I
guy?
got my son.
How dare you be a nice guy?
just piss off. No.
Right on.
I got my son in from California,
Don't drink
bro.
it. Don't drink it. Just piss off.
Yeah, just piss off. You know, it's Scott saying in the chat, he's like, it's good to
Healthy
not
fear
be
death.
scared to death. Yeah.
Well,
It's going to come eventually. Something's going to kill you.
yeah, there ain't nothing
It's
you
a
can
good-
do about it either.
Yeah. So live your life like you ain't got nothing to worry about. I wouldn't
Well,
do that.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. It's not YOLO. But,
No. And there are other people in the world you got to worry about. That's the biggest issue when it comes to society. That's why we have all the rules and regulations that go with it, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. And now with them being so conditioned, dude, you never know what to expect.
No.
Yeah, they say you only live once. No, you only die once. It's like this
That's
stuff
right.
is permanent.
That's right.
Well,
That's a
I
good
think
one.
you live after that point, don't you? You agree?
Yeah. I know. I was just being joking, but yeah.
I wish that you knew what you were looking forward to for sure. You know?
Hey, how about this little thought experiment real quick? Y'all clear your mind real quick. I'm gonna blow your mind. Okay,
All right.
so imagine the firmament being above us. Say it's almost shaped like the lens of an eye, your cornea, right? The top of the dome. So at the top of the dome, where the North Star kind of would be at, there's the throne room. That's where we see all of that green stuff from the Northern Lights. Well, that would be one of the highest parts of where God's throne, and it may be a castle or something that he lives in. When you walk outside, all the way around it, there's going to be an ocean. And the really, really awesome thing about this ocean is that there's a sun down in it. And the light comes from below and comes up. And all of the colors that are in that water and everything that's floating and moving in it, you can see. And it's probably colors that we've never seen ever, can even interpret that's there.
There's a guy named Angel who actually went through the physics of it, and he pretty much did exactly what you're talking about. He pretty much eliminated the infinite space vacuum, and he used basic fluid dynamics and containment in heaven and in earth, and he pretty much solved all of modern cosmology's problems in a week. I know.
But could you imagine looking out at an ocean and the sun is in it?
That would be cool.
You know what I'm saying? Because it would be, the sun is in the firmament, so that means if you're in heaven, the light would be coming from the firmament. There may be a secondary light source up there, or it may be, but I think that's something that could probably be. I think, And at night, the moon goes through the water is above, in the water is above. I don't know.
See if I can see if I can find the context right quick. He's actually got a diagram of basically what I'm talking about. Yeah. It does Enoch's cosmology, basically. It works out pretty well for what it's worth.
Okay. So what was up with this neo-Tychonic system I kept hearing about back when Whitsitt was unscathed? Is that a real thing?
Well, that's what they're claiming, and Saab likes to lean toward that one too.
What was that now?
Neo-Tychonic. It says Neo Brahe and.
Oh, okay.
Is it Neo Tycho Brahe?
Tycho Brahe.
Tycho Brahe and yeah, Neo something type system.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's supposed to be with all the torus fields and all that. Yeah, it shows that. That's where I learned the centrifugal and what is it? Convergence and divergence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Centrifugal is like this kind of force that's going inward from all of the vectors from. I think it's kind of like Lenz's law, wouldn't you say? Like the law of induction. You put the magnetic north down in the middle of the coil, which those sub-cold freezing temperatures that are in the ice wall that goes all the way around. Probably some type of metal under there, wouldn't you say? Or is it just a superconductor? I don't know. It's pretty deep.
Hard to tell, but
yeah.
The only one way to find out is get digging up north, man. Go for it.
That's right. But you know, with Lenz's law, the law of induction, right? They put the magnet, the north or south pole in, and it causes which rotation of flux depending on which end enters first, right? So we have a megalithic black rock that a major corporation purchased called Black Rock.
I know who they are.
Sponsored by Vanguard. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And so
by Vanguard.
Right. So
So
the ether drift, dude, and if you stop and you think about it, when you go and you look at the pull of a magnet, we have a south pole vector. I may have brought this up in prior talks, but we don't have a north pole, y'all. That's an inward flux going. The vector lines go into the earth, so that's a south pole of a magnet. Yeah, but I'm saying if there was anything, you would be considered a south pole because the energy is going into the magnet. You get what I'm saying? It's pulling toward it. So if you look at the pole lines, the vector lines on the north and south, that's a southward pull, not a north. Y'all get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
There's energy that goes in and comes out.
Yeah.
The energy that comes out is a north pole vector. The energy that goes in is a south pole vector. And according to our magnetic north, it's pulling and going down into the earth.
I'm looking for Sean's cosmology setup.
And the closer you get, it's going somewhere.
You ever heard of the Wheeler family?
I'm saying that's right. Oh, no.
I think you're barking up a right tree somewhat.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find Sean's cosmology. I just don't see it posted. I'll talk to him and I'll get a layout of it. I've seen it in one of his streams. Yeah.
Okay,
I could break it down better with diagrams.
I'm not blowing smoke up your ass either.
Would you want to do that to me, would you?
No, not really. There's a lot of places I blow smoke, but it ain't up your ass.
That's right. I no need to waste time, especially when they got such important topics. Though, really.
Roger has been known to be full of shit sometimes, so.
Yeah, all the time, according to Ryan. And then I'll point out something, and it'll take him a week or two to get it. Be like, "Dave, you were right, dude." Like, yeah.
All right, y'all. I got to jump off. I got my son from California here. I just had to jump and say hey and all.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate y'all letting me speak. God
Take
bless
care, brother.
all. All right, Cutter. Peace.
Later. Now, what I was talking about with Sean is he's got these 9 gates, the 9 portals, and Enoch's built into the firmament, and he's matching it up with the time where the sun is, the moon, and their ports, and how they travel across.
What are you talking about?
In Enoch, dude. Sean, you don't know what I'm talking about. Come on. Genoch. No, Enoch.
I know.
He's gonna give me the thumbs down. Yeah. He's the projection guy, Ryan. He thinks that the sun and the moon are projected onto the dome like a reflection. So
Who does?
Ryan.
Oh, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
You're a projection guy?
It comes from the north.
I know it.
You know?
He knows it. Yeah.
Well,
I'm pretty positive that's what it is. It's the only thing that makes sense on how the
I'm
moon
not
just
saying no.
disappeared. I've watched it disappear. I've seen it with my own eyes. It just fucking blipped and it's gone. It goes through a portal just like they claim it does. And the only way that it could do that is if it was a reflection. And the sky is actually a polarized reflection. Like when it hits the dome, it reflects it back, a polarized version of it. That's why when it comes back, it looks like bright white light. But then when it bounces back off from the Earth, when the sun from the light from the sun bounces off the Earth and then back off the dome again, it turns back to black light. That's why you see the moon as black
The
and white.
moon. Yeah.
Does that make sense? Doesn't
Yeah.
that make logical sense? I mean,
It
I'm not
does,
saying
actually.
everything, but to me that makes more logical sense. Or maybe one of those red nebulas that's out there that we can see, even though we don't know what they are, but we see things that imitate magnetic fields in supposed space in the firmament, right? So if you look at a lot of the stuff that NASA does claim that they do study, that's one of the things they study, and it's one of the things they talk about a lot. And I believe that they're right about some of that stuff, but of course you can't really trust anything they put out because they can be faking it. But I think they do get up there and attach themselves to the dome, and that's how they can say the things they say, and that's how they get all the pictures they get. It's because there is something they could attach to. That's why they have what they call space tether. Like, what would you be tethering to if from space, right? There has to be something solid to tether to, right? You don't just tether to the sky, right? So what are they tethering to? What's a space tether tethering to? It must be holding onto the firmament, right? And if the firmament turns with the light from the sun or whatever, I'm not saying that it does, but I'm saying if it did, that might explain a lot too, right?
Yeah, well, like it's been proven that the sky is the motion. It's not the Earth.
Yes, but I'm saying we don't know if it's the actual physical dome that's moving or if it's just a light reflection that's moving, that's rotating around. I haven't gotten close enough to see it for myself, so I don't know. But I'm assuming that it's probably not moving. It's not the dome that moves, it's just the light. But that's only my opinion, because I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Did the dome just move? Oh, okay, it's back. I'm just joking. Your light went out.
Yeah, I know. I fucking does that all the time.
Right when you said that.
Stupid garage door.
There's so many experiments been done.
I know that's
concerning the dome that don't get any airtime, dude. They just straight up make fun of it.
They don't want you thinking about what the dome is. They want you to just keep thinking that, you know, there's this space and you can trust NASA. And even though NASA isn't even affiliated with any government, it's just a fucking, it's kind of like the CIA. You know what I mean? Nobody knows who the fuck's running it. Nobody knows who the fuck's in charge of it. It's just a government agency somebody just made up. You know what I mean?
Well,
and they have power for whatever reason. They have power. It's kind of fucking stupid. It's like, who pays these people? Who gives them permission to fucking keep going doing what they do? We don't know, right?
Well, they're basically a branch of Crowleyism in the OTO, aren't they?
And then they always claim that they didn't know what that government agency was doing, right? Well, we don't know what they're doing. We're not paying attention to what they're spending money on. We just let them do what they want.
We just give them lots of money.
It's stupid, right? It's like, come on. With all the problems that we have with people stealing money, why would we do that with just, you know, why would we do that with people? Why not just not trust them and not worry about them stealing our money, right? Does that make sense? But no, everybody wants to act stupid, like, oh no, they don't steal money. Oh no, no, never. That's not why they're in politics, is it? No.
No, they're in there to get what they can and get out, dude, from what I can tell.
That's why they do it, right?
I know I could be wrong on this, but I say this all the time. I don't think that any money but the money that you give back to them, to the government, is the only money that's real. Outside of that, it's all based on computer numbers and pushing buttons.
I think you're right. I don't even think the stuff that you give them is worth anything except that
well, I just mean like the physical money you give them.
Yeah,
but like whatever money. What's that?
See, it's like understand, right? Because you trade it for that. That's why that has value.
Governments print this money up themselves. The resources that they have tapped into them for a long time, and they know how to work the whole thing. The system runs like a machine. So just because you're part of it and you're giving them money, it's not going to change what's going to happen. If you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. Really, to be honest with you, somebody else has got a price. You know,
look at freaking Bitcoin. I mean, what is that supposed to be? People think that's like you got these guys out here telling you that that's the safest form of currency, and it's like, you guys are freaking kidding me, dude.
Not safe. If you can mine it and get it for free, then it's not safe, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, if you can just sit there and get a computer to just sit there and just give it value by claiming that it's valuable, right? That's fucking
They-
stupid. It's like,
They
what
literally
kind
have
of
to.
what
They,
kind of idiots do we have running this country anyway, dude?
they
Like,
literally have to take it from other people just to give it, get it for themselves. It's like you
right,
literally have to rip somebody else off. That, if I understand Bitcoin the right way, you have to mine it from other
well, you
people
have to
just to
weigh
make
them
it.
out to where they don't use it for a certain time, and then you can claim ownership or something like that, isn't it?
Say that
I don't
again.
know.
Or you rent space by I don't remember how it works. Somebody tried to explain it to me once, and I was like, dude,
Well,
I'm
they
not
use
putting
servers
my
to mine. Go ahead.
subscribe. Yeah, exactly.
ahead.
They use servers to mine, but what are they mining for? What do they do?
Right.
What
Yeah.
if,
I mean,
I don't know what
yeah.
the fuck that.
Who knows if what are you actually mining? Is it even real? Like I don't even. Who values this? Who even started the value? Supposedly investors. That put in all
Yeah.
this money.
Right.
Started.
Yeah. They say, okay, well, we'll start accepting this instead of cash, right?
Yeah.
But isn't that illegal? Isn't that against the federal
You
laws
would
about
think.
money? Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you're saying that they did this on a whim and then they did it against the rules, but the government just somehow just accepted it. Sure.
No,
Well, now they're trying to take ownership of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now that we're giving away our money for it, then yeah, they can go ahead and say, oh, okay, well, let's just take it over then, since it's so easy to steal because
Well,
it can be
let me
mined.
get this straight though.
If you can mine it, then somebody
Not
else can steal it, right?
Not just mining it though. It's like, let's say you bought Bitcoin, right? In order to buy Bitcoin, you have to open up a wallet. You got to set
Right.
up a block online.
Right, which
So
means
what
that
you
you have
do,
to have stock or you have to have some other kind of tangible money, right? Some kind of a
you're buying into a corporation who's going to mine for you. Is what I'm looking at.
oh,
There's
is that what
Scott.
it is? That sounds fucking dumb.
Yeah.
What's up, Dennis?
And hey, Scott, how's it
It's all a
going?
big freaking scam.
Skateboards.
Yeah, can I'll agree with that.
It,
Not always.
oh, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin. AI just like
You're roboting, dude.
Yeah, you are. You're not really coming clear.
Me doing it, but yeah, you are definitely
better. Roboting.
And you might want to drop in, drop back out.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Yeah, you get bad service. I think
What do you think about
the
this?
tower's too far. I mean, the satellite's too far away from
What
the
is it?
tower.
This is my new slingshot. See?
Oh,
There's the
I think
handle.
he's making a mining rod there for a minute. He's gonna find water.
who's
and
who's
copper.
coming for your Bitcoin?
See, it's slingshot. So he's holding it like this and firing it. But do you think that'll work? If it's so far forward, I can get a lot of tension on it. So I can get a lot of strength.
It's
Because
pretty
I'm having
wide. Though.
problems is that I can shoot really well, but I can't shoot very hard. And when you don't shoot hard enough, then the damn thing wants to spin and flop, and then it wants to curve, and I'm trying to avoid that. So I figure if I can get the feet per second up a little bit higher by doubling the rubber lines, just folding them over and then using two of them, like I was with the golf ball, and it was shooting at 400 or 500 feet. I figure I can probably get that distance out of a smaller handheld one without having to hold, hanging on a fence or put a whole, a big post in the ground. So I'm
You
trying to
gotta
figure
take
out
Coriolis into effect.
slingshot's way more powerful and more accurate. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just
But
tinkering with shit.
if you know what actual Coriolis in a trajectory is, it's basically the spin of the Earth.
Yeah.
You got to account for it. It doesn't really work. You'll miss your target, and they were doing that during the war. I've read into this good. Me and Keith actually did an entire background search on Coriolis and how it affected the military. And most of the commanders that were in war actually threw the Coriolis book away.
I was about to say I highly doubt they even cared about it or even talked about it for that matter.
Well, the commanders, like the head chief, thought it was going to work and make it more accurate on longitude and latitudes for long range firing in the ocean and stuff.
Last time they said that, what happened?
And if you look at their actual handbooks and stuff,
over the last 50 years, there really isn't anything. I don't think.
no, there's not really a Coriolis effect like they claim. Even in their manuals, when they say they account for it, it accounts for drift. The drift from west to east was due to winds for the most part, especially in the ocean. There are stronger winds at sea. That's what you got to deal with. And drop over distance is really and rifling. And there's not really much rifling when it comes to big guns when you're shooting the 9-inch
you're
barrels and shit. Yeah.
wrong, but it does have an effect, but it's very slight. Yeah, you're right. Usually, a bullet or a projectile is, it's symmetrical, right? So even though it's spinning, it's not causing a whole lot of drag because there's not a lot of surface area, right? Only the outside of it. And when it's round and perfectly symmetrical, then it doesn't like jog the air or cause any like strain. So it will most likely go further, even though it'll kind of drop to the right or whatever, depending on which way it's spinning. But generally, rifling is clockwise, right? It goes through the barrel in clockwise direction.
Yeah.
So that when it comes out, it actually will tear through you, like because it's spinning so fast that once it comes out of the barrel, it has grooves in it, and now it can actually just twist right through your body and anything else it hits.
If it moves at all, it's just losing momentum, basically.
Yep.
And if you get going fast enough, like with a shape charge, you can actually cause like a miniature tornado fucking thing, like a miniature tornado thing to happen, and you can liquefy the metal that you're using for the explosive, and then you can just basically send a piece of liquid, steel right through whatever it is you're shooting at. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty bad.
They still teach officers this shit that you have to account for it when they go in.
And you know what's greatest about it is it cauterizes the wound as it happens, so you could get ripped in half and you just be laying there. You wouldn't bleed to death. You'd still be there in pieces trying to crawl around on the ground. It's horrible stuff, dude. It really is.
Well, I can tell you, as being in the military, we never talked about Coriolis, not one time.
No, you probably didn't do a whole lot of talking about how bullets rip through your body either.
No, there wasn't a whole lot of
talk about when you're getting shot at.
No, you don't even. No, not at all.
You don't even imagine what that's like.
You don't even have time to think.
No, you don't. Exactly. I was just saying, you're probably too busy worrying about getting shot. But yeah, you're too huddling down and trying to follow all the directives that you're supposed to go, so you don't get yourself shot.
Well, I'll give you a real good reference if you really want to know about snipers. Go look at the World War I snipers. The Russians and the Germans that were shooting each other, they weren't accounting for anything like that at all, dude.
Well,
and they were shooting long-range shots.
Every sniper I ever met or talked
to,
everybody one of them even
shot, right? So that they get the idea of what. Yeah.
They don't. I was just saying that any of them I ever knew or talked to, not one of them took that into effect or even brought it up. So it's not a thing.
Yeah, and I don't think rifling is even enough of an effect for you to worry about either. I think that if you're firing like a dry shot every time, and then you're focusing in on your, you know what I'm saying, like with your scope and whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether your bullet's moving to the right or the left. You're still aiming to where that bullet's going to end up in that spot when it eventually gets to that point, right? Yeah. And you use that distance, as a counter to know exactly when the bullet's going to come to the place where you want it to, and you know what I'm saying. So it's in the right spot. So you
take elevation into account, but I mean,
and wind and
air pressure,
and you guys know.
Air pressure and moisture in the air can also cause it. If for some reason the moisture will actually build up on the projectile, even though it's going really quickly, slow it down. Like, rain or mist in the air, it'll slow down.
Well, even in radar manuals, they tell you there's a curve to the Earth, especially in the 40s and the 30s. They started putting that into
radio propagates. It actually kind of does roll over the edge of things. It goes around buildings and shit. So I guess that's a good way. That's probably one of the ways they tricked themselves into believing that it was a ball.
Well, they're only accounting for radar shadow. That's what they're accounting for, because the radar doesn't bounce back off of the surface of the Earth at the horizon at all. It just keeps going. There's a shadow there that doesn't account.
If it goes anywhere, or it goes upwards because unless it's different than light, which I'm pretty sure radio waves are just light. You just can't see it, right?
Yeah. But we're going way too far with it hitting targets to account for curvature.
You can't see it can cause damage to you. You know what I mean?
So any wiggle room they can get to say that's curvature, they don't have. But they say
what part of the sunlight actually makes it so powerful? Because I mean, if you can literally make a lens that's only about 3 feet across, and you can burn holes and literally liquefy rock with it, that just fascinates me, man. That means there's a lot of fucking infrared light coming from the sun, like a massive amount of it. And it only makes sense to me that either the dome is either filtering it through and making it into white light, or it's actually coming from below it and it's bouncing off of it.
One way
I'm gonna
Test this
drop
out.
out real quick. I'll be right
Could
back.
be wrong because I'm not an expert on light and I'm not an expert on all these things. But
No,
I do
the
read
only
a
way
lot
to
of
test that
and
out, though,
I do
is
try to pay attention when someone tells me, you know what, this makes that not true, and I'll go and research stuff. But if you have some reason why you think I'm wrong, then dude, let me know. But you know, like as far as I know, the studying and the interesting things I've done tells me that it matches up with logic and reason, which means it's flat and it's not moving anymore. That's just how it is.
I just don't think you can get high enough to actually test out that theory with the sun itself. You got to be on the other side of the
Well,
crystalline structure.
you have to get very close to the dome in order to find out if it was a reflection or not, right? Or if it was being focused through from outside. But I'm not sure that you would even see that at all, considering the way the moon just disappears and appears and reappears and stuff. I think the sun probably can do the same thing. We just haven't experienced it because we haven't been in the places of the world where it can actually do it. Kind of like we haven't been to the South Pole or whatever they call it, the outer excrement. And so that's the reason why the light does things, because it bounces and it curves off. It's kind of like when you stand on a reservoir, right? And a reservoir generally is built in a perfect arch because it gives it strength, right? So it can hold the water inside the dam. So what happens is if you stand right next to that and you scream, your voice will bounce off the edges of the wall all the way around to the other side of the damn dam, right? The damn dam.
Damn,
You can actually, it's almost like the person standing right next to you. You can hear everything they say. It's so fucking weird. And also, all those Mayan buildings, all those like supposed like pyramids and shit that they built, those were all like arenas so that they could hear what the enemy, the people that were coming into their town, were talking about. You know what I mean? They get them watching sports, and they'd all talk about things going on in their lives and the wars they were involved in, and they would listen in on all the conversation. That's the reason why they built funny-looking buildings like that. It was all about sound and spying on people, and most people don't know that. It's funny. I went to Mexico and I learned about that, and I was like blown away. I was like, "So you mean it's really not what they say it is it? This Mayan thing isn't really like as fucking freaky and weird as they try to make it sound. They're actually very smart. They were very smart people. You know what I mean? But of course, our science nowadays, they take advantage of anything that you claim to know. They'll just take it for their own, and then they'll change it and they'll lie about it so that it ends up being a lie anyway. You know what I'm saying? They don't keep anything that's really actually true. Otherwise, they get accused of being right. Think about it.
How do you freaking share a picture and restream?
There's a little like TV screen with an arrow on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
You click on that, and it'll pull up what you have on your laptop or your phone or whatever, and I can put it on screen for you.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. That's all right. Go ahead. I'll figure it out.
Presentations. You click the button that says presentations, and then it says upload.
Share screen. It says when you.
Oh shit! I can bring it from. Oh shit! I got a lot of stuff in Drive I can share. Oh boy, I think I might try that soon.
Well, I'm on my iPad, so it's a little different. But
can you see the controls?
Yeah, I see it. I see it. He may not, but I do.
I don't know. I'll figure it out some other.
There's one with a camera. There's a microphone usually, and then there's a screen, and then there's.
Yeah. And then the settings.
And then go to presentations, not settings. Go to presentations.
Share screen is what it's called in here.
Well, yeah, but it's called presentations. It says bring presentations into the studio, upload files, PDF key, whatever, and then it says upload or use your Drive. So if you want to upload something from your files and that isn't Drive, then you can use it there. And if I click Drive, then yeah, that's exactly what it does. Is it asks me to pick my account and all that, just like so that way it can sign me in.
Can you do it? You can do it from your phone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I haven't tried it, but it says I can.
Okay, I'm on the iPad, which is basically a phone, but I'm trying to figure it out here.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Oh, all right. I found it. Never mind.
You found
it? Sure. Okay, I got you. I found it.
I think if you hit upload, then it'll go to your files. It'll go to your file system or whatever, and your photos and whatever. Yeah, it does. It goes right to your Drive. That's cool.
Okay.
I didn't know it did that. So now we both know.
But go ahead. I'm looking for something.
Are you still looking for it? Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to look for something too, but I can't find what I'm exactly looking for. You ever have a video that you have and you can't find it?
No, I usually don't go looking for things I don't already know what I want. I actually don't do that very often, so I can't say I understand it.
Well, there's a particular video that was made by somebody.
I didn't forget why I'm going, but that's different.
Well, I found it. Never mind. I got her. I'm going to close out with this one.
Yeah, screw it. I'll find it later.
What is it? You got a curiosity up.
It was just an older picture of me in the military.
Oh, nice. And what branch were you in? The Army?
Yeah, I was in the Army.
Wait, you were older before, and now you're younger? Cool. How do you do that?
Time traveler.
Good question.
I'm a time traveler.
You must know those people that change all the stuff from Mandela. You're the one of those Mandela travelers.
Shape-shifting time traveler. Nice.
If that turns out to be true, like when I die, I'm going to ask God, I'm going to say, what's the Mandela thing? Is that just people's heads? And if he tells me, no, there's actually something to that, I'm going to laugh my ass off and say, damn, I tried to believe that shit, but I just couldn't get it.
Howie Mandela?
Yeah,
I'm getting tired, guys. I'm going to get off here.
Have you heard the new, do you like Shadows Fall?
Oops.
Have you heard of them? Shadows
No,
Fall,
I
the
haven't.
band. No, they have a new song out if you're interested in that. They're kind of a thrash band a little bit from kind of around the Kill Switch era.
Okay, cool.
Shadows Fall. Let's look them up.
All right, I'm out of here.
Peace and chicken grease.
Right, Ryan? Peace and chicken grease. It's pulling up all kinds of shadows.
They got a new one. It was only a couple days ago.
No, just like when I typed in shadow.
Oh,
like,
when you type in shadows. The Shadow Man. Here, I guess I could look and tell you what
YouTube
it
and
actually is.
Okay, Shadows Fall. There's one called Soul Discovery.
That might be it.
That's like one of their latest videos 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's it.
Huh, we can play it. I probably won't get a strike for this for sure.
I don't think so.
I love it when you don't get strikes for stuff. You get to keep your content up on the air. And I'll play this and I'll play the other video.
Souls Devoured was what? Which one are you playing?
Souls Devoured. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Official video number 5.
Yep.
It looks kind of gothic, man.
Yeah. I didn't really watch the video. I just listened to the music.
Let's hear it. Ready? Go.
Have you heard? I don't know one word yet. I haven't heard one word.
You have it?
No. I think
Which
he
way-
said my. I think he said
Which
my.
way? He said which way is up, which way is down.
Oh, did he? I don't
I think-
understand.
I think he's experiencing Coriolis.
This is the Alice in Chains breakdown.
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
For a split second, yeah. I remember hearing the name of this band. I don't have any idea though.
Yeah, they weren't around. Yeah, they're part of the whole like Massachusetts movement, like Kill Switch Engage, All That Remains, who else need a band?
It's like a cross between Lamb of God and metal.
Yeah, that's another one. That kind of stuff.
I mean, it's decent for what it is. Screamo. This is new? You said this is new?
Yeah.
Wow, it seems old. This feels like 1999.
I can say that, yeah.
Yeah, it was around the early 2000s, that area.
Yeah. Even the video was similar to like late 90s.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just called in to say I wanted to be a skateboard. By the way, that's cool. I'm a skateboard now.
A sick
You
skateboard or
identify as a
surfboard?
A very fat skateboard.
Well,
But
just to match
the-
Cubby right quick. I'll show you what I'm going to play. Just for him.
well, I was gonna say something. I mean, I know you don't want to talk anymore, but like talk about the whole millennial reign thing. You know how that guy Porter was talking about how maybe we're in that Satan's little season thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we should break it down because I'm kind of like I've been talking about that thing for like 7 years now, I think, or 6 years, something like that.
Right.
Like a long time ago, I started talking about this, and then all of a sudden now everybody's like thinking like, oh, we're in the little season of Satan. It's like, well, they don't really know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of going off of like cherry picking scriptures and stuff, you know. But we should break it down one night. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
It's really
There's
really
not
not
much
that.
mention of it in the Bible. Really, there isn't.
There's only. I was going to tell you. Yeah, I just looked it up. You want to do it really quick?
Nah, not
Or
really.
no? All right. Yeah. Okay.
And they're
Yeah,
gonna
it's
deal with
really-
all that tomorrow. Yeah.
It's only like 3 verses. So
Yeah, you can't base a whole
Yeah.
lifestyle or yeah. So have you ever
and
heard
you can't. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I've heard this song.
Oh, you have? Oh,
Mhm.
I didn't know. Go ahead,
You've
Scott,
played
what were you
this
gonna say?
before, right? No,
I
I was
have.
just gonna say you can't like base like you said, like things on 3 verses, or not even I think it's 2 verses.
I actually
Anyway.
seen these bands together live. They were on the same
Nice.
tour.
Which one is this?
It's the Lamb of God
God.
in Macedon. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The floods of Triton.
That's a
It
bummer
had-
that Brent Hines left.
Yeah, I heard. He's
What year
still
was
doing
this one
interviews
from?
on YouTube.
It was
What year is
fairly-
this from?
Fairly recent.
It's not that old. I want to go with 6 years, maybe. I think 6 years ago.
Oh yeah, I think it was like 5 or 6 years.
I like this little animation they got with it. It's kind of cool. But it gives you a good feel for Lamb of God. I had 2 girls that used to live in my trailer park that listened to Lamb of God all the time, dude. They had an old Ford pickup truck. They had carved Lamb of God and the tailgate on it. They
Really?
drove around like that. Yeah, they're big fans.
Rednecks.
But I don't really know too much about them though. But like they're not Christian, right? Like
No,
it's not
no,
like
no.
yeah,
No.
like the Lamb of God thing is not a
No.
yeah. It's not like that.
It's more of a mockery than a
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
which is why I don't like them because like
Yeah.
I don't like mocking Jesus. So
Well, they're making a lot of mention of the old gods in this song, actually, and they're making reference to the old gods of
Well, I was talking about it on Sobs earlier too. I was like, the older you get, like this whole like heavy music, you it gets annoying.
Burnt out.
Well, yeah, like even like Tool, like for example. I mean, I know Roger loves Tool, but like, dude,
I'm not
Maynard.
in love with Tool.
But like what I'm saying, no. I mean, like, okay, so you take it for like the musical value, which was what I do. Like, I
Right.
take it for, like Michael Jackson was a good singer. It doesn't mean I like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I got you.
Still,
Yeah.
but you're right though. You're right though, dude. I feel like an old man more and more. Like when I hear like a truck drive by or like a car, like it's all loud. I'm like, why you gotta have a loud car, dude? I'm like, oh wait, I'm old. I'm old now.
I know.
It's so true.
Complaining from time to time too.
Back in the day, I'd be like, yeah, dude,
I know,
cool.
turn it up.
Yeah, turn it up to 11.
Yeah, it's like all the gangster rap. All they can sing about now is murder, murder, murder. Like, all right,
It's not even now. No, now they just mumble. I don't even know what they're saying now. You know what I mean? But like,
least
yeah,
it had some like rhythm and rhyme.
Back in the day, hip hop. I mean, dude, hip hop was good. I mean, it still is good. But like,
I mean, some of the older stuff.
But yeah, dude, I can't even like. After 10 years ago, I stopped like, cussing. I stopped, I started being like, more like Jesus,
Yeah.
And like, so now I'm like, some of this old music I used to like, I'm like, oh wait, I used to like this. It's weird.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That other band we played earlier reminded me a little bit of Meshuggah.
Meshuggah, they probably have some. Yeah, they got some influences there, right?
Yeah, the Shadows Fall.
The Swedish.
like the sixth, not the sixth, the drop D and all that.
Well, yeah, drop D. Well, then you know how Korn dropped to drop D flat, C sharp, which is the same thing. You know what I mean? So they even dropped the half step lower than drop D. Yeah, and who knows what that even does to your freaking,
Like, the like Genty chug beat, yeah, that with Meshuggah,
Oh yeah,
but their drummers, their drummers insane though.
Yeah, dude, that's the
He's a
thing. I
freaking
know,
machine.
bro. I know, dude. Yeah, Meshuggah. They kind of didn't they like kind of start that kind of like what is that sludge? Do you call it
Gent
sludge?
or whatever? Or I don't know what the hell they call it.
Whatever you want to classify it as, whatever. But
I don't think there's a class for it, to be honest with you.
It's Meshuggah, and then everybody else copied them.
Back in the day, that's what Primus did when they came out. They were actually labeled as their own gender.
Well, gender. You mean genre?
Genre. Sorry, yeah. God,
They're-
I was like,
yeah.
Wait a
Their own.
minute.
Yeah, they're their own gender.
They're their own genre. Yes. I don't know
Musical
why I had
genders.
gender on the tongue. Yeah.
It's so true though. But dude, think about it though. It is true, like how they just try to classify it. Everything's classified. You know what I mean? Like what? No, that's what makes a good band, though. Like that's really, if you want to be, in a good band, you got to make your own gender.
Your own gender. Yes, of course.
Well, I was talking earlier too. I was saying earlier that I was like, Pink Floyd, man. Like there's never been another Pink Floyd. There never will be another Pink Floyd, and they stood the test of time. Like they're definitely in a league.
It is kind of true. It's kind of true. Although I'm so sick of hearing the same songs.
Or you hate them, but yeah.
No, I love Pink Floyd, like most of it, but
what I was saying with Primus, can you actually put a genre on them? Come on.
No, that's what made him cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Lev.
The same with Pink Floyd too. It's just.
But honestly, though, yeah, it's kind of the same thing that. Well, yeah, Tool did kind of create its own
thing. System of a Down's another one I'd put in their own little category too. But
yeah. Speaking of that, I was gonna pull up some of Les's later stuff that he just did recently.
Who?
Les.
Oh,
you remember? Hey, Cubby, remember that Steal This album?
Yeah.
Remember the song? What was the hit? There's only one hit on there on the radio.
I like that album.
I know it was good, but remember the one? What was the one? I used to play it. It was the one.
He's gonna play something now, and I'm gonna forget.
Not yet.
Yeah, what was that song? I know it because I used to play it, but back in the day, whenever.
No, wait. Was it Sugar?
No. It was on. It was after that.
Never mind. Yeah, wrong album.
What the heck was the song? That because I used to play it. I should know this. Son of a bitch. I'll look it up or whatever.
Okay, so
it's a good song though.
Tell me the name of the song.
How about this? Roger, find this. It's on steal this album on System of a Down.
Okay, I know who they are. Yeah.
System of a Down, steal this album, and it's the hit song. So it was the only like actual song that was ever like on the radio. I don't even think it was on the radio that long, but my band played it back then because we used to do Tool, we used to do everything. We used to do all the songs that came out like that week. We would like be like, okay, let's.
Was it
was
Chicken Stew? I'm trying to remember. Chicken and Stew.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna give you chicken and stew. Right?
Or
That's
it was
the first one that pops up.
IEAOI.
No.
Oh.
No. Well,
Pictures.
yeah. No. Keep going.
Fuck the System.
No.
The Waves.
No.
Data
Ego
Waves.
Brain.
Sorry.
What was
Mr.
it?
Jack.
Ego Brain.
Oh no, Mr. Jack. No. Dude, what it's
ADD.
You know what's funny? I don't even remember the name of the song. Maybe I'm.
Boom.
No.
That's the only one I'm getting a video for.
No, there should. Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Probably
really
Boom.
the rest of them.
On that album?
There's Bubbles. Intervision.
Intervision. There, yeah.
Intervision's a good one.
Intervision. Yeah, dude, that song was so good, dude. And so fun to play on the drums too, because he's like that drummer is fun, you know.
Mm.
I mean, they're all. I just really wasn't into the. It's almost like Rush. You know how Rush like.
Yeah, I
you're not
never
really
was in the Rush.
Yeah, like I
You
didn't. I
were
never
in the
liked.
Rush.
But
No,
Neil
like the
Peart-
singing.
Neil
The
Peart's
singing.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Neil
me
Peart
either.
is amazing, of course.
Yeah.
You
But,
didn't-
like,
you
the
think
singing-
Eddie was a
Singing
talented
either.
man. You didn't like.
But
Big Eddie?
sometimes, like even this guy, what's his name, Serge Tankian, whatever you want to call him, right?
Tarkanian,
His
yeah.
his singing is like operatic.
Mhm.
Yeah,
and
he's
I'm
an
like,
opera singer to begin with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, for me, I'm like way more into the music than the singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not a singer.
Yeah,
myself.
Intervision is really good. Do you remember that, Roger? Intervision?
Not right offhand. I'll have to listen to it. But I
Dude,
want to play
play
this
it.
right quick.
Play it. Okay,
I'm
play.
gonna play this first.
Yeah.
What is
play
this?
You got going?
This is
What is it?
Sean Lennon. Sean Lennon.
Oh yeah, Sean Lennon. Okay, yeah.
And Les Claypool.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Les Claypool was really okay.
Yep.
Interesting. Roger always figures out a way to make me go, "Oh, interesting." With music, you know.
This song's about Jack Parsons, by the way.
I think you played this before.
I have.
Oh
It's been a
yeah.
while. How high does your rocket fly?
Yeah,
It's
this is a
it's a
good one.
cover song by Blood and Rockets.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Oh, I didn't think this was good at all. I'm not a
You didn't
fan.
like
But
this?
go ahead.
I like
No,
it.
I didn't like it.
It's Les Claypool. He's weird as hell, dude. He'll do anything. Tommy the cat is my name, and I say unto thee.
Well, now it's Big Brown Beaver.
Yep. Shake hands with beef. Come on. You didn't
Yeah,
like
even
this?
the video. No, I didn't.
The video is definitely OTO. if you
Yeah,
wanna know
it's
what it is.
very creepy.
Well, that's Blue Origin right
Yeah,
now.
it's about to play that.
Dicks in the air, dude. What happened to it? Oh, it blew up. And the devil was responsible for it. There's a guy. It is on a plane. He actually did the Wikipedia page for Flat Earth. He's one that brought this song to my attention.
Oh, on a plane? Yeah, on the plane is cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys
This
like
is-
real quick Tenacious D at all?
Yeah, they're all right.
No.
Tenacious D.
I always thought they were kind of underrated as musicians, but I
No,
mean, their
they're-
music goofy,
They're
but,
decent musicians. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. But like, Jack Black is kind of
Oh,
he's
I know,
kind of-
I know.
he's kind of one of those,
Yeah, I
like
know. Yeah.
you know that whole thing. Yeah, and he says a lot of bad things. Like,
Oh, I know. I know. I know.
but you're talking about music, though. I mean, as far as the music goes, yeah, it was funny and entertaining and quality, actual playing, and freaking what do you call? What's his name?
Kyle Gass.
No, I mean, what's his name was played drums for him. You know who what's his name is? Played drums for him.
I don't. Who are you talking about?
The guy from Nirvana. The guy from Nirvana.
Oh,
and Foo,
yeah,
and
yeah,
Foo
yeah.
Fighters.
Gotcha.
Dave Grohl. Yeah.
Yeah, just for that
David
one
put
song. Yeah.
Put him in the video learning how to fly. He put Jack back in the video.
Oh yeah, Learn to Fly.
Yeah.
We should play that stupid. That's boring song.
Putting Coke in the coffee maker, and they're serving it to the pilot.
Oh yeah.
That was a different video, and they all dressed. Half of them are dressed up in drag anyway, so it's a anything goes video.
Yeah, Roger. Do you think that's good? Do you think that's good for society or bad for society?
It's bad for society, but
Yes. Ding, ding, ding. This just in. Men dressing.
But I mean, in the end, all these people are just like Hollywood. They're all degenerates, come to find out anyway. So.
Well, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah, I
like,
know what you're
saying, dude, I used to love that video. Dude, it was. I saw it. It was gay to begin with. Like I was like, and the song sucks too.
I don't even think it was supposed to make the track. Like
You know who said you know who did the Learn to Fly first? Who did Learn to Fly first? Everyone.
I don't know.
The name is Tom Petty.
Tom Petty.
Okay.
Tom Petty, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings.
You see the screen right
Tom
now?
Petty's
You see
great.
what the clouds
like
are making?
Like a pumpkin
Skeleton.
almost. Or
Yeah,
skeleton,
like the freaking Jack-o'-lantern.
There's a lot of nuances in this video, I think. Yeah, watch it.
Oh, I know.
Rainbows coming out of his head. And eyeballs in the sky.
You know who did this video, right? I'm pretty sure the same guy. Yeah, it's like the same kind of guy that did a lot of videos.
Now we got Dick scrawling from this guy. And here, Wilbert is a bomb. Boom. Big bang.
Who's playing drums on this?
I'm not really sure.
It's not Tim Herb, is it? Alexander? I don't know, maybe.
It's a real basic beat. Now, Tim could do this real easy.
It almost sounds digital.
I've seen him play it live.
Yeah, but for the track, that might be sick.
Could be all studio work. Actually even kicked Jack Parsons, so that tells you something about that.
So they kicked him into heaven, and the devil's watching.
He just took himself from Jeff Molson Laboratories for a long time.
Dude, I think this Jack Parsons character, I don't know, dude. I get a weird vibe off that whole, and him too, Crowley.
Crowley was his mentor.
But like, I think they've embellished. I think there's a lot of embellishment.
They have.
Better be careful, boy.
There goes the moon. It's crashing. Into the moon. That's fun. Here's the bathroom.
So this is AI video, right? This is AI video.
I'm not sure.
Nobody made this. AI made this, right?
It's the official video for the song. It really is. And there's a Talmudic cosmology.
He almost looked like Dave Weiss. He looked a little bit like Dave Weiss a little bit there.
Could be. And Jack Parsons lost his head.
Set the globe on fire? Oh, look.
Set the world on fire.
Oh, world. Okay. Same thing. Same thing.
Well, they view the globe as a cosmological world. It's not
Said
a
that-
physical world.
Said that Sean Lennon was the drummer.
Effie Nation? Effie Nation's in here?
He was.
John Lennon's got a lot of connections, man.
Look at that freaking Jeff Bezos stick. The Jeff Bezos stick.
Those girls didn't go anywhere, man. They went straight up and straight back down, and they get anything at all. You can see it on the video while they were launching or anything. So ain't no telling.
Oh, they're in 10. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's cool. That's in 10. That's nice. Or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like 5s. Two, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I missed this part. I like this rhythm. It's cool.
There's your eclipse.
Taught me that it was Tyson.
You got to understand that most of the people that made that cosmology up to start with, they are completely nuts, dude.
Completely nuts, yes.
We're talking Haley and everybody else that worked with them, all the cosmologists that actually did. They came up with the modern cosmology. They were praying to the spirits of Mars, Venus.
Oh, they're praying to all kinds of nonsense, dude. Yeah, they do.
That's how they made this stuff up, dude. They really
Well, they pray to anything out. Like that's the problem is they pray to anything out there that's not God.
God.
You know what I mean? Like they're like whatever's out there, and that's what happens, and then they get freaking infiltrated by demons. Anyway, I was listening to Rage Against the Machine. Oh yeah, there you go.
Rage
Yeah,
for the Machine.
Yeah, right. I know, dude. I was listening to his second album today, and they had some. I mean, you know, it's got some good stuff on there. But yeah, this is good.
I liked them.
And so Roger, the CD really did look like this. It looked like somebody wrote on the CD. Yeah, you remember? Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
It was interesting. It's like, yeah, steel. Like they really meant it. You know why they meant it? Because the record label said you ain't getting no money from the CD. So that's when they started, you know, not making money off CDs. Because remember the whole, what was it called?
Oh yeah, the
Napster.
Napster.
Napster. Remember Napster came out? So they're like, oh, we're not going to make any money. So steal it. And you know what's funny? I was like, okay. I didn't do it then because I used to steal CDs way back in the day when I was in the 90s.
Oh,
but like
when I did.
Oh yeah, dude, I used to walk out of dude. And by the way, I repent for that, dude. I stole, you know, dude. I mean, sorry, God. I mean, I was a bad.
Oh, I
kid.
meant off the internet. I didn't mean like physical copies.
Oh no.
Back in the day, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a good song. Play.
The first time I ever saw censorship though was with Tool, personally. Remember their
really?
Undertow album when they put the Undertow album, pulled the sleeve off of it, and they gave you a barcode on the cover of it. That was it.
I remember that. Yeah.
Because it's too graphic on the inside of the album cover.
Yeah, and another example of why freaking, you know, like the guy blowing giving himself his own BJ. Like, come on, guys. Like, what are we doing?
Found a
here?
yoga specialist who could actually double.
Oh yeah, yoga specialist. Yeah, and then you're gonna put it in your freaking. Yeah, but I mean, like seriously, and then the big fat lady that was like a little skinny guy on the big fat lady. Like, I mean, do we really need to see this?
Yeah, but they were trying to be as graphic as they could so they could get the censor's attention. So that's why they pulled the fucking cover.
Well,
Scott,
they gotta. Yeah.
Forgive me if you said it before and I didn't hear it. And Besides you, who was your favorite drummer? Just out of curiosity.
My favorite drummer, Danny Carey, was.
Oh, okay.
I mean, well, Danny and Seven Dust, Rose.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Morgan Rose.
Morgan. Like, yeah, like those two, and then 311, Chad Sexton.
Oh, okay.
I loved 311. Like 311, honestly, bro. If you really want to know, like that's like my favorite band of all time. Like,
I like them. I used to get a lot of hate for it, but
well, yeah, and people make fun of it. The thing is, though, they're positive, and I've known them. I knew them way before anyone else did. Just like Tool, even like Tool, same thing. I was always underground kind of guy. Like I liked to know. I didn't like to know things before people, but I just did. Back in the day, I was just. Because I was like more like punk rock and like way underground stuff, even rap, even like underground rap and all that stuff that came out like years later. Like all of a sudden, like all these people, just all the kind of music just became popular. It's kind of weird, like, and then all of a sudden, when you're like an underground kind of guy, then all of a sudden everyone's liking the same thing as you, and you're like, what just happened?
I like some. It's very selective, and I'll be honest, I was just never a punk person. I didn't like much punk, but I liked a few select punk bands.
How dare you?
I know.
Have you ever heard my?
It was my least favorite gender.
Have you ever? Nice.
Have I heard of what?
But have you ever heard my punk bands that I was in? Like I've been in like a bunch of.
Yeah, I've watched a few of your things on your channel. If that's
okay, cool, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna go. You should have been here earlier. You would have liked it, Scott. I opened up with Bouncing Souls.
Bouncing Souls, yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. This is weird. I mean, I remember like that lead singer used to like wear a jockstrap or something. I remember. I was like, that's kind of weird.
I've seen him play. I've never seen him wear a jockstrap before.
It must have been a weird thing, dude. But yeah, I'm talking like long time ago. I don't know. I liked them. They were, I mean, their music was good.
Bad Religion on their 30th anniversary show they did.
Wait, it's only 30? No,
that was like almost 18 years or 12 years ago, I think.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. Bad Religion is like.
I've been going to shows.
I thought you said. I thought you just said that you went to a new show that was like their 30th anniversary.
Bad Religion did their 30th anniversary show. They were at the Marquee in Phoenix.
I think they started in like '88, right?
Yeah,
something like that.
In '88, yeah.
Like late '80s, yeah.
So the 30th anniversary would have been around what 2000. Not 8, is it? No.
So Cubby Bear, you ever heard of No Effects? No Effects.
Yeah, I know a bunch of them.
Yeah,
they're not bad. Like there's certain songs and stuff, but yeah.
I was super into that kind of stuff back in the day. But how old are you?
I'm 45.
Oh, you're only. I mean, well, you are 45. I thought you were. No, I thought you were actually younger, which is really weird.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm 45.
That's weird because I can tell you're 45, but like I was like maybe he's like 38 and he just looks 45.
No, I'm 45.
So
well then yeah, you can totally get it then. You're like in my genre. In my what do you call it? Gender. You're in my gender. You like the same genders.
So.
Generation, man, generation.
Yes, generation.
Generation, yes. We'll do a bender later.
All right, so this is one of the best System of a Down songs, honestly. Like it really is. Like it's just as good as the other two. The other two hit songs. Well, Sugar is a hit song, I guess, but so it's just as good as those. So imagine Roger.
Body Bag is their most popular song, right?
So imagine this when you listen to the song, Roger. Imagine playing drums to it, like listening to it for the. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking. Yeah, those are the hit songs. I'm talking about. This one is like kind of. It's kind of like the
B-side is what you're looking for.
Kinda, yeah. But imagine playing drums on this song, though, Roger. I know you're a drummer. And imagine like learning it like that week when it first came out and like playing it live. That's kind of fun, to think about.
Exciting. Yeah.
It was kind of cool. Like. It's not easy. I'll tell you that.
All right.
Go ahead.
Let's give it a gander. So far, it's not too bad.
I have a home, longing to roam. I have to find you, I have to meet you. Signs of your face, slowing your pace. I need your guidance, I need to seek my inner vision. Inner vision. My pupils dance, lost in a trance. Your sacred silence, losing all violence. Stars in their place, mirror your face. I need to find you, I need to seek my inner vision. Inner vision.
So watch this part.
I don't think I could do it in one night, dude.
Yeah, that was tough. Yeah.
They're awesome live. Last time I seen them was just them and the Deftones.
I've seen the Deftones
They're awesome too.
and Metallica play at the same show.
Yeah, Metallica and the Deftones. And with Bizkit. And Linkin Park was big like festivals.
Oh, Roger, did you see Metallica and Deftones that show?
Yeah, that was first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rock in Rio.
Your violence. It's over. So
Chicago.
yeah, dude, I went to that tour with Metallica with Deftones, and I wanted to see Deftones, and I think Linkin Park was there too, and I was like, Linkin Park. Back then, I was like, nah. But then even Metallica, we left because it was raining, and I was like, I'm out of here. Metallica, no, I mean, I don't want to stand in the rain to watch Metallica. But I saw the Deftones, and that was the time I saw them, and that was awesome. Because the Deftones, yeah, Deftones are another example of a gender type of gender vendor. They're gender vendors.
That's not going to get off here tonight, is it? It's going to be a gender night.
But they're definitely in a league of their own. Yeah,
we're not gonna let that one go there, Roger.
Who was it? Al was their lead singer, right? Deftones. There's something about his voice, dude, that scares the shit out of people.
Oh yeah, he's creepy sometimes. Yeah.
You talking about Chino?
Yeah, Chino.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, what did he even say? I forget.
Oh, yeah.
You said a different name, but yeah, Chino.
Al. Yeah, I don't know why I call him Al.
Yeah, remember when Chino? Like, that was a good song too. Freaking.
Maybe it's
the
Al
waiting.
That I'm mixing up with Chino.
What was the one he was on with?
Probably just tired.
With Maynard.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
What was the song? Traveler. Traveler.
No, Passenger is the song. Right?
Passenger.
Passenger.
Yeah, dude, that's a good song, dude.
That's a good album.
I mean, yeah, White Pony. Yeah, dude.
Up there. With
When you're Elite. Remember it's the last song, but Elite. I like that song, dude. That song's good.
I got behind a girl in a car had a White Pony sticker on it, and I'm like, yeah, she's a Deftones.
When you first said that and stopped for a second, it sounded funny.
Yeah, we used to play.
I got behind a girl with the White Pony.
We used to play My Own Summer. My Own Summer is good too. I mean, of course, that was
a good album. It is.
Yeah, that was their first hit, but playing drums on that's fun. That drummer is like he's different, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's cool.
their bass player is a flat earther, though. I got to give them that.
Yeah, dude. That's what I was gonna say.
I think most of the band is. I'm pretty sure Chino is too. I could be wrong on that though.
No, I think he said that some of them aren't. I mean, he never said that they're like like they were all like on board or whatever.
Mm.
You know what's funny?
Opinion either way is what I'm getting out of it.
You know what's funny about that guy, the bass player? What's his name? Whatever his name is. But you know, he actually seemed like he doesn't like some music by them, like the way he talked. I've heard him talk many times on Karen B shit, or no, Mark Sargent.
Well, that's like Brett Hines from Mastodon. He didn't even really care for their music. That's
which one? Which one?
The guitar player from Mastodon.
There's two
Brett
guitar
Hines.
players. Oh,
Brett.
that guy. Yeah, okay, yeah.
The guy that just left. He liked.
Oh, the one that just left. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
he liked country music.
Oh, really? Yeah, I get it.
In the country.
I mean, I get it, man. Like, I want to play Christian music, honestly. Like, and I can't.
I like some Christian.
I mean, that's almost all I listen to now. Is Christian music. I mean, because I honestly, because I know how evil the music is,
Yeah.
Well, the music industry is the evil part, dude. You boil it.
Well, and a lot of the music is not very. I mean, I try to pick and choose. Like all the songs that I don't play any like super evil cover songs. You know what I mean? Like I refuse. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. If there's something in the lyrics or whatever, but. I just like positive stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna play out with a positive song now. It kind of rings true with the topic.
I'll tell you one thing. My favorite Christian song is called "Redeemed by the Blood of the Lamb." Just a fun fact.
Who's that by?
Sean Carter.
Sean Carter.
It's more of a church band type thing.
Like a choir and stuff.
Yeah,
singing?
yeah,
okay.
like just like a church. Like it's like
Sean
Carter, David Gentile.
You might not have been here, but Roger is cool, and he allowed me to say what I changed over to like really listening to Christian music, and it was a song called "Fear Is a Liar," which we were talking about fear earlier. Like you even talked about like fear of death, which is I love that. I love hearing people say that. Dude, why would I be scared of death when I know that I'm going to live forever?
Well, I didn't say live forever. Right? I'm just
or if your soul is eternal.
Not here, dude. I don't know. I think if I had to put my finger on what's eternal, it's the spirit of man.
Well, yeah, your soul or spirit. Well, yeah, there's differences of souls.
I think the soul.
Well, what I said is that like when we. Oh,
part.
Sorry. Go ahead, Roger.
Yeah, I think the consciousness part of your soul is your spirit.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we're in semantics. Yes, you're right. You're right. There's a soul, and then the spirit is spirit. If you want to call it that, I call soul. I mean, you can just say I have a soul, right? That's a spirit. Like same thing, right? Yeah. It's just semantics. It's translation.
You're contained in. And
you think your soul is the container is the soul from the spirit? Oh, okay.
No. I think it comes. The spirit is what controls your soul. That's where your decisions are made.
Okay.
All I said was like I don't fear death because I think that's when we learn the truth. Like when we get to actually walk with the Lord.
What you said.
We get to walk with the Lord, and like all truths are revealed and stuff like that. But do I know that? I have no idea. But that's just kind of my opinion.
Okay, so are you
going to learn this?
Cubby, I never asked you this before, but like, are you like a born again Christian? Like how they,
I was, but I don't really go by anything. Not like I've been saved and all that, but I don't really.
Well, they say that that's forever, but I don't believe. Honestly, I don't believe that you can choose to not be born again. I think you know what I mean. Like
I was raised a Catholic, right? And yeah,
born again. Catholic. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, and that's like that's not a thing for them. I know that because my dad was like, I don't have to do that whole Jesus enter my heart thing, and I'm like, Dad, just you believe in Jesus? He goes, yeah. I'm like, okay, well then, yeah, you're born again then. But then he got born again. He went to the whole church, Baptist, he did the whole.
I just seen what the church was about, and I didn't like it.
Oh, you're totally right about that, by the way.
There's a lot of
No,
scams, dude. I'll
oh,
give you
it
the
totally is,
worst.
dude. And there's like there's a lot of Freemasonry going on there.
The 501c3 type of, you know what I'm saying, like that.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
not saying that all churches are bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
No, but dude, a lot of them are, dude.
Yeah.
Especially like the ones like called like, let's say, agape churches. Like there's
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
them.
definitely.
Like for real, dude. Like they're like, it's like a whole thing, dude. It's bad. Like global churches, they always have globes on their freaking.
There's
on
just
the
a real sinister, like the elders and all that. I don't know. There's a real, like, you're not allowed to know certain information, but we all technically judge you behind the scenes, but you're not allowed. I don't know. There's a lot of sneakiness, you know.
Okay. Just to get
But-
back on gender, guys, I want to play this
Yeah,
song. and
go
get
ahead.
out of here.
Back on gender. No, but really quick though, you believe that Jesus is your Lord and Savior? Like, you know, like he like is a Messiah, and like believing in Jesus is.
I believe in Jesus. Yes.
Okay, awesome. I like. By the way, I'm just saying that like I like that because I want to know where I stand with people, and I figured that, you know.
All right, gentlemen, say good night to everybody. Anything
Good
else?
night, Gracie.
Good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody. There's 10 people.
Everybody.
Everybody. Good
10.
night, everybody. Yeah,
Jeff
yeah.
Gasshead,
Oh, he's in the house.
Derek Nelson.
Mr. Derek Nelson. Yes, sir.
Oh, Lev Kung Fu,
The Shaolin.
Shaolin,
Right from the temple.
Wu Tang.
Ain't nothing to f with.
You know what's funny, really quick before you leave? Speaking of Wu Tang, so we're doing. You guys remember that song by Prince? Cream, get on top, cream.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And he
Yeah.
apparently he wrote that song about himself in the mirror. Like what he's trying to say is like, you know, be like better, like be the cream of the crop. You know, be the cream. So I thought it was just about.
Through to the video at all. It was all about sex.
Oh, that's what I said to my wife. Roger. I was like, I think it's about sex, I guess, you know. But then I looked into it, and my bassist told me, he's like, no, he wrote that song in the mirror to himself. I'm like, okay, whatever. But what was my point? That's not. That wasn't my.
To be your best, dude. To be the best you can be.
Yeah.
Be the
That's
cream.
what he was saying.
Prince was a pretty awesome musician, actually.
Oh, yeah. Prince could play every instrument, dude.
Yeah.
Well, why the heck? I just got sidetracked. What the heck was I talking about? I don't know. Go ahead. Whatever.
All right.
Being the cream of the crop. But anyway, yeah.
Cream on top.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't my point. I got on a tangent.
All right.
Time. All right, later.
Okay, later, guys.
Later, dude.
Enjoy this one. You'll like this song.
Aaron Lewis.
This is dude, I was gonna say, freaking.
I actually like his country music.
This is my life.
Is that the original?
Not the video, but it's the song.
Oh, but it's him. Okay, I thought it was gonna be a cover.
No. it's-
Dreams. Oh yeah, it's a good song.
I've never lived before. Somebody shake me, 'cause I must be sleeping. Now that we're here, so far away, all the struggle we fought was
Stay.
and all the mistakes one life could take, they all finally start to go away. And now that we're here, so far away, and I feel like I can face a day, and I can forgive, and I'm not ashamed to be the person that I am today.
Wait, McToon sent trolls over here? Oh,
I haven't gone
somewhere
all the
else.
time, dude.
Oh.
It just happened here too. I get them.
I think I'm doing okay. This is the smile.
The
that was
plane
Mike.
was talking about, yeah, Mikey. Okay. Somebody shake me, 'cause
I must be sleeping.
Encore.
Yay! So he does country music too. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah, he's